Welcome, Red Knight.
Hush, child, the darkness will rise from the deep end. Carry it out into sleep, child. The darkness will rise from the deep end. Carry it out into sleep. The sun, I'll shape your belief, and you'll always know that your father's a thief, and you won't understand the cause of your grief, but you'll always follow the voices beneath. Guileless son, your spirit will hate her, the flower who married my brother, the traitor, and you will expose his puppet behavior, for you are the proof of how we betrayed her loyalty. Hush, child, the darkness will rise from the deep end. Carry it out into sleep, child. The darkness will rise from the deep end. Carry it out into sleep. Guileless son, each day you grow older, each moment I'm watching my vengeance unfold. For the child of my body, the flesh of my soul will die in returning the birthright he stole. Hush, child, the darkness will rise from the deep end. Carry it out into sleep, child. The darkness will rise from the deep end. Carry it out into
Hello and good evening. Happy Magnificent Monday to the Dragon Knights. First thing here, celebrating our new emotes for twins. Our first subscribers ever just posted in the Discord. So let's head on over to the main logo here and get their twin emote set up for that scene. Very exciting. Magnificent Monday begins. We'll start off with Dune. Get back to a good bit of Dune, House Harkonnen, finishing up that here at the start of the year, the end of the year, and the end of the year and the start of the next year, 2025. But yeah, I do have the next novel already. Had it for a month or so now, so we're ready to begin that, and that'll probably be our last novel on stream for the immediate future. And we'll look for other good multiplayer things in March, better internet, things like that. Let's begin here for tonight. Join the Dragon Knights and celebrate here Magnificent Monday. Dune, House Harkonnen, other adventures. We'll probably get to Fortnite Hunt, Battlefront, maybe some Hand of Fate, maybe some Red Dead. With at least the 3.5 hours we have tonight, but 2 hours scheduled for Magnificent Monday. Little metalhead today. Hope you're doing well. Here, and let's go ahead and, yes, get these twins situated. They'll be in the Chillstone as well, but here for the actual top supporters, since they are top supporter, they're our very first subscribers. Let's find a proper place for them here, shall we? Got Alucard, ship left. Let me think here. We could put maybe Happy next to somebody. Or temporarily works fine too. You know, we can always move them back. Where can we move some things to feature twins on their own row there? Yeah, I'm thinking, you know, Happy, Moog, and Do, or maybe we'll just do Happy and Ship for now, and Ship will probably maximize when we get his emote or such later, so let's take a look here. Ship left. We can temporarily move to the side. Got Happy, Twins. Wait, who do I put next to Ship now? Let's see. Yeah, mute the desktop audio for now. Get some music.
Yes, my lord.
That should be better. We'll also stream test currently because, you know, just paranoid that the broadcast won't work again. Seems steady and stable and fine. We'll see where this evening takes us. Nowhere to be early in the morning, so we could go deeper into the night. Rehearsal would be right now, actually, but thankfully, well, not thankfully, but fortunately for stream, it was canceled due to some sickness. Hope people will feel better and get better in the early rehearsal process. We had our first read through last weekend, so that'll be fine. All right, so we got Happy, Twins. Yeah, I'll just, okay, put Happy next to Ship left, Twins on their own row, if possible here. That should be fine. Yeah, Twins will be one of these. There we go. Try to find enough room here. Oh, there isn't too much room, but yeah, they would have priority being the ones with the new emotes, so let's see, that's the best way to go about this. In this tiny box working with here. Not the biggest box. Not that much room to play with. Not really. Work on it a bit, you know, now's the best time to work on it, enjoy it. Let that chat get warmed up and for us to enjoy. I see one of the twins actually saw it. Yeah, I didn't feature it in tonight's title. You notice how 2024 Magnificent Monday, Dune House Harkonnen, and we could feature, you know, next title, or, well, actually, next title probably the new year, so we'll feature maybe the title after next. We'll just say new twin emote, Dragon Twins. We'll see. For now, I'm going to put this next to the Elefante and the Blood Knight. We have it all together here. TikTok chat. Yeah, I'm not worried about the alert box, things like that. Main logo, we don't spend, you know, too much time here. So yeah, little dragon twin emote. Might need to make a bigger box at this point. Just really not that much room for these things. I mean, you know, just like a little reference. But ideally, you know, it's still clear. You can still tell what it is. It still makes sense. Should be uploaded to Discord shortly. Just, you know, Twitch is the fastest. That doesn't look too bad between Moog and Alucard. Let's try this side. Something like that. Let me see how that looks. Getting there. Yeah, it's a little overlapping on that Blood Knight on that side, so downsize it a little bit as needed. Okay, from what I can tell there, pretty good. We're, yeah, in the ballpark. See, it moves these weird diagonals. It doesn't actually go straight. That makes it harder. It always does. I mean, the sources always do that. Twins. Yeah, it's a little hard to tell what it is there, but I think it looks fairly decent. Have any transparency here for this whole area? Is that relatively good for now? I mean, we're gonna keep updating, you know, add more, so actually almost out of emote slots because of subscriber count and other things from September, but we can, you know, switch out a few temporary emotes for you can just make them animated emotes, things like that. Yeah, these three for sure we'll just make animated, and then we'll add more unique ones, so that should be fine. And yeah, I'm not worried about the alert box, things like that in this scene. We don't spend too much time here in the main logo, just kind of a bit showcase of Hall of Fame things, similar to the Royal Hall, which It's kind of, you know, just other miscellaneous type things. Anyway, should be relatively good for now. Congratulations, twins, and subscribing all these years. 3 years. Almost the end of 3 years. We're going to feature you now in the Chillstone as well for Magnificent Monday. And your lovely new twin dragons. Let's find a good place for them here. By the main logo. Yeah, ideally here you can see them more clearly, but it's kind of hard. I guess they're underneath the main castle is pretty good. So that work for now. You can at least see, you know, most of their facial features. And we'll continue to add to them, you know. Just line them up, squeeze the elephant by the Blood Knight, squeeze them over farther to the right. I think that's, you know, good for tonight, good for the time being. So we'll go with that for now. Let's see, Magnificent Monday. Looks okay there. Got our Bean Boozle ready, our Targaryen wine. Where's my wine? Yeah, my wine is... I feel like should be next to the Bean Boozle for some reason. I just, you know, have them close at hand here, both of them. So we have Bean Boozle and Targaryen wine for the roost as well. That's right here. For our big final celebration, we can drink that. I mean, there's no reason to save the wine. We gotta save the bottle forever. I mean, why save the wine? Just enjoy the wine. It's meant to be enjoyed. But, yeah, the bottle will keep, hopefully, for forever, basically. Anyway, Magnificent Monday has begun. I guess we'll see where we left off on Dune, and we'll take it from there. Anyway, Magnificent Monday has begun. Everything seems steady and stable. Put the phone in airplane mode for better reception. Welcome to Lurker. How are you doing there? Champion Lurker, pop in chat when you're ready. We're about to begin Dune for the evening. Maybe show you some of that Battlefront we were talking about. Some more Red Dead. Some Hand of Fate. And some Fortnite and Hunt tonight. We shall see. Get more Discord notifications. I just weren't clearing. And the twins did see their remote in Discord, so that is lovely. Would love to chat with them again. It's been a while. But currently looking good, so let's get started and see where we left off on Dune. Looking good, so let's get started and see where we left off on Dune. Yeah, I realize hearing myself, you hear that echo through the speakers, but headphones will probably be better. We'll get those headphones in shortly. Anyway, a bit more rejuvenated than yesterday's tired 8-hour shift stream. Not as many hours today, but still 10,500 steps. 5.5 hours sleep. Not as good, but decent. And just the 6-hour shift today. So anyway, let us begin. We are live. We are ready to go. Welcome our first lurker. Love for you to pop in chat and bring that lurk emote to life. Enjoy some Dragon Champion commands, some new channel rewards. Our new cheer awaits you as well. Many other fun features like that. It's been a while for Dune. Let us see where we left off for it, shall we? With the metalhead, if you'd like to see once more. There's the metalhead. Didn't get anything last visit to the castle except your lovely Gobble, which would love to discuss that with you. Would love to tell you, would love to mention that to you, that type of thing. All right, it's been a good while for Dune. We're gonna finish it up here, probably spend one day just to finish it here coming up, but for now, how about a good 3 chapters, kind of our regular average. We'll save the finale probably for next time. I think we have enough left not to finish it too quickly, but not too slowly either. We left off with, "You are truly my successor as Imperial Planetologist," Pardo said. "You understand my dream, but with you, it will be even greater, because you have a heart as well as a vision." That is where we left off for Dune House Harkonnen. Shall we begin here? All this time later. Simplify it up for our nice time here with the novel reading. Another good fun. Pick it up from there. Chat with you soon. TikTok it as well. It's weird people tell me to weird woman tell me to message her. Probably not real. Anyway, let's pick it up from there. Chat with you soon and gone to be great. Yes, new twins as well. Feature that just a little bit more here. New twin dragons tonight. Very exciting. And let's begin. See what great adventures this magnificent Monday takes us. Good leadership is largely invisible. When everything runs smoothly, no one notices a duke's work. That is why he must give the people something to cheer, something to talk about, something to remember. Duke Paulus Atreides. Kalia saw her chance during an interminable family dinner in the grand banquet hall of Castle Caladan. Looking happy, black-haired Leto sat in the ducal chair at the head of the long table, while household servants delivered tureens of a spicy fish stew commonly enjoyed by the lower class of fishermen and villagers. Leto ate with gusto, savoring the crude dish. Perhaps it reminded him of his childhood running loose on the docks, jumping aboard fishing boats, and avoiding his studies on the leadership of a great house. As far as Kalia was concerned, old Duke Paulus had allowed his only heir to spend too much time with commoners and their petty concerns, and not enough time learning political nuances. It was clear to her that Duke Leto had never understood how to run his household and deal with the disparate forces of the guild, Chom, the Emperor, and the Landsraad. Beside his father, Victor sat on a thickly cushioned chair, raised so that he could eat at the same level. The dark-haired boy slurped his soup, imitating his father, while Leto did his best to outdo the 6-year-old in making noise. With her elegant background, it especially displeased Kalia how her son tried to copy his father's rough edges. Someday, when the boy became the true Atreides heir and Kalia was regent, she would train him properly so that he might appreciate the obligations of his birthright. Victor would have the best of both House Atreides and House Vernius. Around the table, the others tore hunks from loaves of bread and drank bitter Caladan ale, though Kalia knew there were plenty of fine wines in the cellar. Laughter and casual conversation drifted, but she didn't participate and instead picked at her food. Several seats away, Gurney Halleck had brought his new balisette to the table and would entertain them during dessert. Because this man had been close to the father neither Kalia nor her brother had known, she felt pleased to have him there, despite the fact that Gurney had not been overly friendly toward her. Sitting across from her, Romber seemed perfectly content with his concubine Tessia, and with trying to best Leto in the quantity of fish stew he could consume. In his own chair, Thufir Hawat sat deep in concentration, studying the people around the table, neglecting his meal. The Mentat's gaze slid from face to face, and Kalia tried to avoid eye contact. Halfway down the table sat Jessica, as if to demonstrate that they were equals in the ducal household. The nerve of that woman! Kalia wanted to strangle her. The attractive Bene Gesserit ate with measured movements, so assured in her position that she exhibited no self-consciousness. She saw Jessica pause and study Leto's face, as if able to read every nuance of expression as easily as words imprinted on a Shiga wire spool. This evening, Leto had called them all to eat together, though Kalia could think of no special occasion, anniversary, or holiday he meant to celebrate. She suspected the Duke had thought up some wild and inadvisable scheme, one he'd insist upon completing no matter what advice she or anyone else gave him. Glow globes above the table hovered above the table like decorations, surrounding the articulated arms of the poison snooper that drifted high above their food, like a hovering insect. The snooper was a necessary device, given the twisted politics of Landstrad feuds. Leto finished his large bowl of stew and dabbed his mouth with an embroidered linen napkin. He leaned back in the hand-carved ducal chair with a contented sigh. Victor did the same on the high cushions of his own seat. He had finished barely a third of the stew in his small bowl, having already decided what song to play after dinner. Gurney Halleck looked over at his 9-string balisette, leaning against the wall. Kalia watched Leto's gray eyes, how his gaze drifted from one end of the banquet hall to the other, from the portrait of Paulus Atreides to the mounted bull's head, its rack of horns still stained with blood. She didn't know what the Duke was thinking, but as she looked across the table, the witchling Jessica met her gaze with green eyes, as if she understood what Leto was about to do. Kalia turned away, frowning. When Leto stood up, Kalia drew a deep sigh. He was about to engage in one of his interminable ducal speeches, trying to inspire them about all the good things in their lives. But if life was so good, why had both of her parents been murdered? Why did she and her brother, the heirs of a great house, remain in exile, rather than enjoying what should have been theirs? 2 servants hurried forward to remove the soup dishes and leftover bread, but Leto waved them away so that he might speak uninterrupted. Next week is the 20th anniversary of the bullfight in which my father was killed. He looked up at the matador portrait. Consequently, I've been thinking of the grand entertainments Duke Paulus performed for his subjects. They loved my father for that, and I think it's about time I created a worthy spectacle, as would be expected from a Duke of Caladan. Instantly, Hawat raised his guard. What is it you intend, my Duke? Nothing so dangerous as a bullfight, Thufir. Leto grinned down at Victor, then over at Romber. But I want to do something that people will talk about for a long time to come. I'm leaving soon for the Landstrad Council on Catane to begin a new diplomatic mission in the Mauritani-Akazi conflict, especially now that we might be forming a much stronger alliance with Ikaz. He paused for a moment, appearing embarrassed. As a grand send-off, I'm going to take our largest sky clipper on a magnificent procession across the lowlands. My people can look up and see the banners and the colorful airship, and wish their Duke well in his mission. We'll pass above the fishing flotillas, and then inland over the Pundi rice farms. Victor clapped his hands while Gurney nodded in approval. Oh, it will be a marvelous sight. Leaning his elbows on the table, Romber rested his square chin in his hands. Leto, isn't Duncan Idaho returning soon from Ginaz? Will you be away when he arrives, or can we combine his homecoming with the same celebration? Pondering this, Leto shook his head. I haven't heard anything in some time. We don't expect him for a couple of months yet. Gurney thumped a hand on the table. Gods below, if he's coming to us as a swordmaster of Ginaz after 8 long years of training, the man deserves a reception of his own, don't you think? Leto laughed. Indeed, Gurney, plenty of time for that when I return. With you, Thufir, and Duncan bearing swords for me, I need never fear a scratch from an enemy. There are other ways an enemy can strike, my lord, Jessica said with a low warning in her voice. Kalia stiffened, but Leto didn't notice. Instead, he looked at the witch. I'm fully aware of that. Already, wheels were turning in Kalia's mind. At the conclusion of the meal, she excused herself and went to tell Chiara what Leto planned to do. That night, Leto slept on a cot in a hangar of the Kala Municipal Spaceport, while his household staff went about making preparations for the gala event, delivering announcements and gathering supplies. Within a few days, the sail-enhanced Sky Clipper would begin its grand and colorful procession. Left alone in her chambers, Kalia summoned Swain Gore and seduced him, as she had done many times in the past. She made love to the guard captain with a feral passion that surprised and exhausted him. He looked so much like Leto, but was such a different man. Afterward, when he had fallen asleep beside her, she stole a tiny code lock key from a concealed pocket in his thick leather belt, which was curled on the floor. Only rarely used, it would be some time before Goyer noticed the missing key. The following morning, she pressed the small object into Chiara's leathery palm and squeezed the old woman's fingers over it. This will give you access to the Atreides armory. Move with care. Chiara's raven-like eyes sparkled, and quickly she tucked the key into secret folds of her layered garments. I will handle the rest, my lady. All right, how about that? Interesting. Before we move on to the next one, very quick little stream test, just to make sure we are steady, stable, all as it should be. Interesting. Alright, from what I can tell, everything pretty good, just internet slow as always. Sure, we are steady. Don't need much plugging tonight, but I'll do a little bit when I think of it. When I can. Where I can, how I can. Let me see here. I was thinking of Nereal. Where's my Nereal? People might like sci-fi there. Of course. Other roles and things. Strange videos, mermaids, pirates. Don't even know. But it's alright. These seem to be going fine. There's mermaids. Quick abstract here. Everything in followers only mode. These days I thought I was, one of the only ones in followers only mode. Turns out a lot of them are followers only. And most are not. Strange. I don't know, who these people are, what they're doing. A lot of, the partner streamers have nothing about them in their About Me section, so it's strange. Anyway, there's Death Note. Didn't realize you started. Told you 6 o'clock there. Death Note, yes. Happy Magnificent Monday. We started actually 10 minutes until 6, so half an hour ago. Already live for 29 minutes, Mr. Death Note. We have our new Twin Dragons. Thank you for beginning our chat tonight, keeping that chat curse at bay. Yes, happy Monday. And one thing I want to say to you right away, Death Note. Last time you said nice cup. What I want to say to you is not thank you. And he said, what do you mean thank you? You bought it! Hilarious things like that. You say, you tell your girlfriend or such, a nice dress. She's like, thank you. What do you mean thank you? I bought it for you. Anyway, not that we're that dynamic, but anyway, yes, good fun. How you doing, Death Note? We're celebrating our new Twin Dragons, our first ever subscribers 4 years ago. Twin Dragon emote unveiled just now. Yeah, we're just do a couple more chapters. If you like Battlefront to start, we can get some of that. Check out the VOD from last night as well. Good fun with it. Get some Hand of Fate chat interaction, some Red Dead tonight possibly, some Hunt Showdown, and some Fortnite. Whatever you'd like first, Death Note, I'm happy to do. We'll just do a couple more chapters of Dune because we haven't got to it in quite a while. And actually, last night was first stream since before Christmas, so since last Monday. Actually, it was 6 days since last stream. This will probably be the last stream in 2024 as well. You see 2024 in the title. We'll keep celebrating the twin emote. What do you think? You like it? Good expressions? I really happy with the artist's choice of, the two distinct expressions. They're still twins, but they're still unique, their own persons. So I think that's pretty fun. Yeah, they did a good job with that. That's our newest emote unveiled tonight. We have one more emote slot, but we're going to switch out a few of these temporary emote slots, which will become animated emotes, or just, discard them eventually. So excited for stuff like that. So how do you like our new twins? We also have for you Death Note, just for your information. A few channel rewards, fun music. We have your Daily Dragon for you to enjoy. We have a few good things here. Let me see. Daily Dragon is not in front of the Dragonstone. That's good to fix real quick. Yeah, that is one thing there. We have champion commands as always. Exclamation champion for basically the same list there that we're working on. Let me see, I have Daily Dragon, Trigger, Sub-Dragon, moving Daily Dragon above the extra Chill Stone with Johnny Bravo and Targaryen Wine, Bean Boozle. Yeah, I had a Daily Dragon Trigger or something. I'm looking for that real quick. Yes, here are the Twin Dragons and Charizard Dragon. Kind of, yeah. More or less. I mean, he's orange, of course, but there's Charmander, Charizard. What was the other form of him? It's funny, I see the guy with the Gengar beanie. A lot of Gengars lately, actually. Other hunt streamers, all Gengar theme. It's interesting how popular he is, but I guess he's the best shadow Pokemon, the biggest shadow Pokemon. I really don't know much about Pokemon, to be honest, but, it's definitely not the worst thing out there. Ghostly. Oh, is he Ghost, not Shadow? Gengar? I didn't think about that. I thought he was Shadow. I didn't think much about elements and things. Alright, well, anyway, Daily Dragon awaits you. We also have new cheer here, 71 bits for Keep It in the Closet. Voice mod is always available. And stickers. Let me see if I can get you a quick sticker display, sticker demonstration while we are talking about it, since our sticker party, first ever, is coming up to halfway. If people use stickers instead of basic cheers and cheers without debuting new cheers, then we might have had our sticker party by now. Shadow or Ghost. Is Ghost like an element? I thought Ghost like a type, Yeah, there's elements like their energy source and the classification, elemental. I don't know. Yep, that's something to be discussed. Anyway, a few stickers, many different types of stickers. We'll just show you one here. For example, text-to-speech works too. And we'll carry on the Dune. Adventures await us. Join us for a good bit here. Death Note. Glad you could make it.
Program say to kill, to disassemble, to make dead. Number 5 cannot.
I remember him from somewhere. Wasn't he a cartoon or something? Was he a game? What was he from? He's definitely distinct. Anyway.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
Hello, my friend Death Note. Yeah, we got a new shout out here. Enemy of the Roost, but you are not enemy. You are a friend of the Roost. Not too many enemies here. Good to see you. Carry on for now. Yeah, show you a few of those fun features, fun interactions. The free ones, you have champion commands, channel rewards. Those are all free, so feel free to enjoy. And we will carry on for now. Feel free. Okay. How you doing? You ready for that New Year's Eve tomorrow? Yeah, nice to have rehearsal tonight so we could focus. Our last stream of the year. Exciting stuff. Quite the excitement. War, as the foremost ecological disaster of any age, merely reflects the larger state of human affairs in which the total organism called humanity finds its existence. Pardo Kine's reflections on the disaster at Salusa Secundus. Excited? Oh, very good. Yeah, I'll be doing some more of that soon myself, Death Note. A whole lot of running, whole lot of weightlifting, whole lot of swimming. It's gonna be a good few months after our production finishes. On the administration island of Ginaz, the 5 greatest living sword masters met and judged their remaining students in the oral examination phase of their curriculum, grilling them on history, philosophy, military tactics, haiku, music, and more, all according to the exacting requirements and traditions of the school. Interesting, sword masters need to know poetry, huh? Quite interesting. But, yeah, what happened to all the ones that died last time? They were all fighting all the crewmen and such. They took them away. They're still going through with examinations that are left, I guess. Interesting. Death Note with a little diva. Yeah, feel free to customize your avatar any way you'd like. You'd probably like some of the good Monster Hunter ones, you know, speaking of Pokemon and such. I have someone similar to Pokemon, no actual Pokemon yet, but I could get the Pokemon pack if you want. It's easy to download it. I'm sure there's most of them. But this was a somber, tragic occasion. The entire school archipelago remained in an uproar, outraged and grieving for the 6 slain students. Flaunting their barbarity, the Grumans had dumped 4 of the bodies in the surf near the main training center, where they had washed up on shore. The other 2, Duncan Idaho and He Resser, remaining missing, likely lost at sea. On the top floor of the central tower, the sword master sat along the straight side of a semicircular table. Their ceremonial swords extended point outward on the surface in front of them, like the rays of a sun. Each student who stood in front of the table would see the threatening points while he answered rigorous questions. They had all passed. Now, Karsti Topper and the school administration would arrange travel for the successful students to return to their respective homes, where they would apply what they had learned. Some had already gone to the nearby spaceport, and the swordmasters were left with the consequences. Fat Rivi Denari sat in the center, drawing out the sword of Duke Paulus Atreides and a jeweled Mauritani heirloom knife, found among the possessions of Idaho and Resser. Beside him, Mordkor hung his gray-maned head. We have had much experience sending back the keepsakes of fallen students, but never like this. Sinewy Master Jammo Reed, though hardened from overseeing his prison island for many years, could not stop weeping. He shook his head. If Ginaz students die, it should be during difficult training, not because they are murdered. Ginaz had lodged formal protests in issuing culturally tailored insults and censures, none of which meant anything to Viscount Hundro Mauritani. He had never made satisfactory amends for his brutal attacks on Ikaz. The Landstrat and the Emperor were now holding hearings on the best means of response, with the leaders of many great houses traveling to Catane in order to speak with the council. But they had never managed more than censures, fines, and slaps on the hand even for a mad dog like the Viscount. The Grumans believed they could get away with anything. I feel violated, Jewu said, his dreadlocks hanging in disarray. No one has ever dared to do this sort of thing to a sword master. Foppish Whitmore Blood sat up straighter and fiddled with the ruffles on his shirt, the heavy cuffs at his wrist. I propose that we rename 6 of our islands after the murdered students. History will remember that dastardly crime, and we will honor the 6. Honor. Rivi Denari slapped his fat palm on the tabletop, making the sword blades jangle. How can you use such a word in this context? I spent 3 hours last night by Jewel Noret's burial vault, praying and asking what he would do in such a situation. And did he answer you? Scowling, Jewu stood up and went to look out the window at the flat spaceport and the foamy reefs. Even if, in his own lifetime, Jewel Noret never taught anybody. He drowned in a tidal wave and his disciples tried to emulate him. If Noret never helped his closest followers, he certainly won't help us. Blood sniffed, looking offended. The great man taught by example, a perfectly valid technique for those capable of learning. And he had honor, just like the ancient samurai, Denari said. After tens of thousands of years, we have forgotten. We have grown less civilized. We have forgotten. Frowning in contemplation, Mardkor looked over at the obese swordmaster. You are forgetting history, Denari. The samurai may have had honor, but once the British arrived in Japan with guns, the samurai vanished. Within a generation. Isn't that weird? They have actual Earth references in these sci-fi, planets. That's pretty funny. Oh well. Gemmo Reed looked up, his lean face devastated beneath a snowy white cap of frizzy hair. Please, we must not fight among ourselves or else the Grumans will have beaten us. Jewu snorted. They've already... A commotion at the doorway interrupted him. He turned from the window as the other 4 swordmasters rose to their feet in shock. Dirty and disheveled, Duncan Idaho and he Rezer pushed past the objections of 3 uniformed school employees, knocking the men aside in the corridor. The 2 young men strode into the room, battered and limping, but with a fire in their eyes. Are we too late? Rezer asked, with a forced grin. Gemma Reed ran around the table to embrace Duncan, then Rezer. My boys, you are alive! Even Jewu had a relieved and astonished smile on his iguana-like face. A swordmaster has no need to state the obvious, he said, but Gemma Reed didn't care. Duncan's gaze lit on the old Duke's sword lying on the semicircular table. He took a step forward and looked down at the blood oozing from a gash on his left shin, soaking through the leg of his ill-fitting pants. Rezer and I haven't actually been studying for the past several days, but we have been putting your training into practice. Rezer swayed a little, having trouble staying on his feet, but Duncan supported him. After gulping cups of water that Mardkor gave them, they explained how they had jumped overboard in the rough seas, swimming and helping each other to distance themselves from the large, dark boat. Straining their abilities to the limit, clinging to every scrap of knowledge they had learned during 8 years of rigorous swordmaster training, they had remained afloat for hours. They did their best to navigate by the stars until finally the tides and currents carried them to one of the numerous islands, luckily a civilized one. From there, they had secured minimal first aid and dry clothes, as well as immediate transportation. Though his good humor had been damaged by the ordeal, Rezer still managed to raise his chin. We would like to formally request a delay in our final examinations, sirs. Oh dear. Fascinating. Sorry, I just wanted to hop in there real quick. Anyway. Delay, Jamo Reed said with tears in his eyes again. I suggest a dispensation. Surely these two have proven themselves to our satisfaction. Indignant, Whitmore Blood tugged at his ruffles. The forms must be obeyed. Old Mordcore looked at him skeptically. Haven't the Grumman showed us just the folly of too blindly following the forms? The other four masters turned to Rivi Denari for his assessment. There you go, Death Note. Got your little robot for you. There's Roboto Death Note sitting on the beach in the snow. Finally, the huge swordmaster levered his enormous body to his feet and gazed at the bedraggled students. He indicated the old Duke's sword and the ceremonial Moritani dagger. Idaho, Resser, draw your weapons. With a clatter of steel, the swordmasters took up their blades, arranged in a sunburst pattern on the semicircular table. His heart pounding, Duncan picked up the old Duke's sword from the table, and Resser took the dagger. The five swordmasters formed a circle, including the two students in the ring, and extended their blades toward the center, placing one atop of the other. Lay your points on top of the rest, Mordcore said. You are now swordmasters, Denari announced in his paradoxically small voice. The huge man sheathed his sword, removed the red bandana from his spiky mahogany hair, and tied it around Duncan's head. Jamo Reed withdrew another bandana and cinched it around Resser's red hair. After 8 years, the rush of triumph and relief brought Duncan to near collapse. But through sheer force of will, he steadied his knees and remained standing. He and Resser grasped each other's hands in celebration, albeit one tainted by tragedy. Duncan couldn't wait to return to Caladan. Yeah, seems like that, be an honor to earn it and such, but it's like, how did you prove that you earned it? You didn't just, put on the uniform. You had gone through all the process to train it. I'm sure there's several things to indicate that you have actually gone through the whole process like that, earned it like that. It's interesting. Couldn't wait to return to Caladan. I have not failed you, Duke Leto. Then a sound like ripping air tore overhead. A succession of sonic booms from descending atmospheric craft. From the reefs that circled the central island, unexpected sirens went off. Much closer, an explosion echoed from the walls of the administration buildings. The senior swordmasters sprinted to a balcony that overlooked the complex. Just in time, huh? Across the channels of still water, 2 nearby islands glowed with smoky fires. Armored airships, Jamo Reed said. Duncan saw black predatory forms swoop out of the pillars of flame in steep climbs as they dropped streams of explosives. Jawu snarled, tossing his dark hair. Who would dare attack us? To Duncan, the answer seemed obvious. House Moritani isn't done with us yet. It flies in the face of all civilized warfare, Rivi Denari said. They have not declared Canley, have not followed the proper forms. After what he has done to us to Ikaz, what does Viscount Moritani care about the forms? Resser said in disgust. You don't understand how his mind works. More bombs exploded. Where's our anti-aircraft fire? Whitmore Blood sounded more annoyed than outraged. Where are our thopters? No one has ever attacked Ginaz before, Jamo Reed said. We are politically neutral. Our school serves all houses. Duncan could see how these masters had been blinded by their egos, their rules and forms and structures. Hubris. They had never conceived of their own vulnerabilities, despite what they taught their students. With a foul stream of expletives, Denari pushed binoculars against the folds of fat on his face. He flicked the oil lens setting and, ignoring the oncoming armored craft, scanned the rugged edge of the administrative island. Enemy commandos are all over that shore, landing opposite the spaceport, approaching with shoulder-mounted artillery. Must have come in my submarine, Jawu said. This isn't an impromptu attack. They've been planning it for quite some time. Waiting for an excuse, Reed added, a deep frown creasing his tanned face. The attacking airships drew closer, then black discs shimmering with defensive shields. To Duncan, the sword masters appeared so helpless, almost pathetic. When faced with this unexpected situation, their hypothetical exercises were far different from reality. Painfully so. He gripped the old Duke's sword. Those ships are unmanned flyovers, made to drop bombs and incendiaries, Duncan said with a cool assessment as a rain of bombs fell from the roaring discs. Buildings blossomed into fire all along the shoreline. Shouting, the proud swordmasters ran from the balcony, with Resser and Duncan in their midst. We need to get to our stations. Do what we can to guide the defense. Denari's thin voice was sharpened with command. The rest of the new trainees are at the spaceport, Resser pointed out. They can grab equipment and fight back. Off balance but struggling to recover, especially in front of the even more panicked officials and administrators, Jamo Reed, Mordkor, and Jawu charged along the main corridor, while Rivi Denari showed how fast he could move his bulk, vaulting down a stairway by holding handrails and leaping from landing to landing. Whitmore Blood scuttled behind him. After exchanging quick glances, Duncan and Resser followed the two swordmasters who'd gone down the stairway. A nearby explosion rocked the administration building, and the young men stumbled. Still, they kept going. Outside, the full-scale attack continued. The new swordmasters surged through a door at ground level into the central lobby, joining Denari and Blood. Through the armored plaza windows, Duncan could see buildings burning outside. We've got to get to our command center, he said to his elders. We need the equipment to fight. Are there attack thopters at the spaceport? Resser held his ceremonial Moritani dagger. I'll fight right here if they dare send anyone in to face us. Blood looked agitated. He had dropped his colorful cloak somewhere on the stairs. Don't think small. What is their goal? Of course they'll be after the vault. In dismay, he nodded toward an ornate black coffin on a dais that dominated the lobby. Jewel Noret's remains, the most sacred object on all of Ginaz. Can you think of a greater insult to us? With a flushed face, he turned toward his enormous companion. It would be just like the Grumans to hit us in the heart. Perplexed, Duncan and Resser looked at each other. They had been steeped in tales about the legendary fighter, but in the face of this bloody attack, the exploding bombs, the screaming civilians rushing for shelter on the island streets, neither of them could care much about the old relic. Denari rushed across the floor like a battleship moving at full speed to the vault. He shouted. Blood and the others tried to keep up with him. The famous burial vault was surrounded by clear armor plaza and a shimmering Holtzman-generated shield, eschewing all arrogant pretenses. The two swordmasters rushed up the steps and pressed their palms against a security panel. The shield faded and the armor plaza barriers lifted. We'll carry the sarcophagus, Blood shouted to Duncan and Resser. We must keep this safe. It is the very soul of the Ginaz school. Constantly looking around for attackers in Moritani uniforms, Duncan balanced the old Duke's sword in his grip. Take the mummy if you have to, but be quick about it. Resser stood at his side. Then we've got to get out of here and find some ships so we can fight. Duncan hoped that the other Ginaz defenses were already rallying to strike back against the attackers. While the senior sword masters, both strong men, lifted the ornate coffin and carried it toward the dubious safety outside, Duncan and Resser cleared the way. Outside, the Black Discs continued their indiscriminate rain of bombs. A gunthopter with school markings landed in the plaza in front of the administration building. It folded its wings while the engines continued to thrum. Half a dozen sword masters leaped from the craft wearing single suits and red bandanas, with laser rifles slung over their shoulders. "We've got Norit's body," Blood called proudly, gesturing to the thopter for assistance. "Come quickly." Soldiers in yellow Mauritani uniforms ran across the plaza. Duncan shouted a warning, and the sword masters fired laser guns at the attackers. The Grumman soldiers responded with their own weapons. 2 sword masters were hit, including Jamo Reed. When an aerial bomb exploded, old Mordcore sprawled down, injured in the arms and torso by some flying stone splinters. Duncan helped the shaggy-haired instructor to his feet and into the safety of the thopter. Just as he got Core inside, though, a charging attacker knocked Duncan's legs out from under him. The young swordmaster tumbled to the pavement, rolled and sprang to his feet again. Before he could extend his sword, a Grumman woman in a yellow martial arts gi dove under his guard, slashing at him with claw knives on her fingers. With his sword useless at such close range, he grabbed the attacker's long hair and jerked back hard enough to hear her neck snap. The assassin melted to the ground, limp and twitching. More Grummans converged on the gun thopter. Resser shouted, "Go! Take the damn coffin with you!" He and Duncan whirled to face another opponent. A bearded man lunged with a sparking electrical spear, but Duncan ducked the blow and spun to one side. His thoughts accelerated as he summoned the proper response from 8 years of training. Rage threatened to overtake him, rising in red waves as he remembered the captive students slaughtered on the dark boat. His retinas burned with vivid images of the bombs and fire and the slain innocents. But he remembered Denari's admonition, "With anger comes error." In an instant, he settled on a cold, almost instinctive response. With sheer force of will, Duncan Idaho slammed steely fingertips under the lunging man's ribcage, breaking skin and piercing his heart. Then a cagey young man stepped from the fray, lean and muscular, with his injured right wrist sealed in a padded cast. Trin Kronos. The surly young lordling grasped a sharp-bladed katana in his good hand. "I thought you two would be feeding the fish, like the other 4 examples we made." He looked up at the soaring bombers. Another huge explosion took down a low building. "Face me, Kronos," Resser said, drawing his ceremonial Meritoni dagger. "Or are you too much a coward without your father and a dozen guards armed with heavy weaponry?" Trin Kronos held his katana, considered, then cast it aside. "Too good a weapon for a traitor. I would have to throw it away after I soiled it with your blood." He withdrew a dueling knife instead. "A dagger is easier to replace." That's an interesting choice, huh? Resser's cheeks flushed, and Duncan stepped back to watch the two confront each other. I would never have forsaken House Mauritani," Resser said, "if they'd given me anything I could believe in." "Believe in the cold steel of my blade," Kronos said, with a cruel sneer. "It will feel real enough when it cuts out your heart." With broken rubble underfoot, the two circled cautiously, not breaking each other's gaze. Resser held up his dagger, maintaining a solid defensive posture, while Kronos jabbed and slashed, aggressive but ineffective. Resser attacked, withdrew, then swept out his foot in a vicious kick that should have knocked Kronos to the ground, but the Grumman fighter bent backward like a snake, drawing himself away from the redhead's foot. Resser spun all the way around and recovered his balance, deflecting a swift knife blow. The area around the two combatants was clear. In nearby streets, other Grumman attackers continued to raid, and projectile fire rang out from high windows. At the Thopter, the sword masters struggled with their relic, trying to lift the sarcophagus into their aircraft while fighting off attackers. Kronos fainted, slashed at Resser's eyes with the tip of his dueling knife, then stabbed for the throat. Resser threw himself to one side, neatly out of range, but his foot came down on a loose chunk of rock, his ankle twisted, and he stumbled. Kronos was upon him like a lion, pouncing and bringing the knife down, but Resser slapped sideways with his own dagger, knocking the other blade aside with a clang. Then he jabbed upward, sliding the point into his opponent's bicep and tracing a red cut down past the elbow to the forearm. With a childish cry, Kronos staggered back, looking at the scarlet river pouring down to his uninjured wrist. Bastard traitor! Resser bounced to his feet and focused his stance again, ready to fight. I'm an orphan, not a bastard! His lips curved in a quick, wan smile. His arm slick with blood, his knife hand weak, Kronos could see that he had lost the knife fight. His face hardened. Upending his fighting dagger, he brought the pommel down on his thick wrist cast. It split open along a planned seam, and a spring-loaded flechette pistol popped into his grip. Kronos grinned, thrusting the weapon forward, preparing to fire a full load of the silver flechettes into Resser's chest. You still insist on following your absurd rules, don't you? I don't, Duncan Idaho said from behind as he thrust mightily with the old Duke's sword. The point pierced between the shoulder blades of Trin Kronos and emerged from his chest, sliding all the way through his heart. Kronos coughed blood and shivered, astonished at the sharp object that had sprouted from his sternum. As Kronos slumped dead, he slid off the bloody blade. Duncan stared at his victim and at the sword. Grummans aren't the only ones who can break the rules. Resser's face had gone gray, having accepted the inevitability of his death as soon as he saw the pistol hidden in Kronos' cast. Duncan, you stabbed him in the back. I saved the life of my friend, Duncan replied. Given the same options, I would make that choice every time. Denarian blood finished tying down the sacred relic aboard the Thopter. Laser arcs filled the air as Ginaz's defenders fired with deadly accuracy. The two young men stood exhausted, but the sword masters pulled them aboard the Thopter. With a great thrust of jets, the gunship surged into the air. The wings reached full extension, transporting the passengers and the body of Jewel Noret away from the main buildings. As Duncan huddled on the metal deck, Rivi Denari leaned over to place a thick arm around his shoulders. You boys had to prove yourselves early. What's this attack all about? Wounded pride? Duncan asked, so angry he wanted to spit. A foolish reason to begin a war. There are rarely good reasons to begin wars, Mordkor said, hanging his head. Whitmore blood tapped the transparent plaz. Look out the window. A swarm of Ginaz gunships fired laser blasts at the enemy aircraft and mowed down troops on the ground. Our new sword masters are at the controls, your fellow students from the spaceport. Corps said. After a direct hit, one of the unmanned flyovers exploded and plummeted. The Swordmasters raised their fists inside the Crampthopter. The flyover hit the ground in a fireball, and a second vessel crashed into the ocean. Laser beams struck more of them out of the skies. Duncan's Thopter dove toward a squad of Grumman commandos, rushing back over the water and blasted them, leaving bodies strewn on the ground. The pilot went around for another pass. The Grummans expected easy pickings, Whitmore Blood said, and damned if we didn't provide them, Jawu growled. Duncan watched the mayhem and tried not to compare the rampant destruction and bloodshed with all the finesse he had learned in 8 years at the Ginaz school. Alright, quick test and we'll carry on to one more for now. The Ginaz school. Quick test. Should be steady, stable, pretty much as best as we can do for now. Beware the seeds you sow and the crops you reap. Do not curse God for the punishment you inflict upon yourself. Orange Catholic Bible. Employing indignant property that would have made even the Lady Helena proud, Kalia convinced Leto not to include his son in the Grand Ducal procession. I do not want Victor exposed to any danger. That sky clipper isn't safe for a 6-year-old boy. Thufir Hawat proved to be an unexpected ally, agreeing with Kalia's concerns until finally Leto relented, exactly as she had hoped. After the Duke's capitulation, Kalia helped Romber to salvage the situation. You're Victor's uncle. Why don't you two go on a fishing expedition? Take a wingboat along the coast, as long as you're accompanied by enough guards. I'm sure Captain Guire would be happy to join you. Romber brightened. Maybe we'll go out and collect coral gems again. Not with my son, Kalia said sharply. All right. I'll just take him out on the floating Parada and melon farms, and maybe to some coves where we can look at the fish. That sounds nice. Coral gems. What are coral gems? I have to look that up. Some type of rocks, right? Gems. Swain Gore met Romber down by the docks as they cleaned out the hold of the small, well-equipped motorboat, Dominic. That's the name of the boat, apparently. Yeah. Preparing to be gone for several days, they took bedrolls and food. Behind the castle, at the spaceport on the outskirts of Kala City, the Duke's crew labored to prepare the enormous Sky Clipper. Anxious to be off, Leto was utterly absorbed with final arrangements. As work continued at the boat, Victor became irritable and less than enthusiastic. At first, Romber thought the boy might still remember the Elecran encounter, but instead he saw Victor glance repeatedly up at the plateau where his father was about to embark on his journey. Yeah, we had the good, ghost story, the ghost thing on Halloween. That was pretty great. Atreides' banners rippled in the air, reflective streamers of green and black. I'd rather be with my daddy, Victor said. Fishing is fun, but riding on a sky clipper is better. Romber leaned against the side of the boat. I agree, Victor. I wish there was some way for us to join him. Duke Leto intended to pilot the skyship himself, accompanied by an appropriate escort of 5 loyal soldiers. Okay, 5 loyal soldiers. With the limited amount of weight allowable in the lighter-than-air vessel, it was not wise to take joyriders. Swain Goyer dropped a crate of provisions outside the bridge house, then wiped sweat from his forehead and smiled at the boy. Romber knew that the captain was more dedicated to the boy than to any law or other master. Adoration for Leto's son flickered across Goyer's handsome face. Captain, let me ask your opinion. Romber looked at Victor, then back at the guard captain. You've been entrusted with the safety of this child, and you've never once been known to shirk your duties or give anything less than full attention to your assignment. Goyer flushed with embarrassment. Romber continued. Do you believe my sister's fears that Victor would actually be in danger if he accompanied Leto aboard the Sky Clipper? Laughing, Goyer made a dismissive gesture. Of course not, my Lord Prince. If there was any danger, Thufir Hawat would never allow our Duke to go. And neither would I. Hawat charged me to oversee the security of the Clipper itself before it departs, while he and his men scour the flight path for any signs of ambush. It is completely safe, I assure you. I'd stake my life on it. My thoughts exactly. Romber rubbed his palms together and grinned. So is there a particular reason why Kalia should insist that we take a fishing trip rather than go along? Pursing his lips, Goyer considered the question. He wouldn't meet Romber's gaze. Lady Kalia is sometimes excessive in her concern for the boy. I believe she imagines threats where there are none. Little Victor looked down from one man to the other, not understanding the nuances of the discussion. Spoken with true candor, Captain. I can't imagine why you haven't been promoted. Then Romber lowered his voice to a stage whisper. Why don't we have Victor join his father in secret? He shouldn't miss this magnificent procession. He is the Duke's son, after all. He needs to take part in important events. I concur, but there is the issue of weight ratios. The Sky Clipper has limited passenger capacity. Well, if there's truly no danger, why don't we remove 2 members of the honor guard so that my dear nephew, Romber squeezed Victor's shoulder, and I can join the Duke. That still leaves 3 guards, and I can do my share of fighting to protect Leto, if it comes to that. Though uneasy, Goyer could voice no reasons to counter this suggestion, especially not after he saw the delight on Victor's face. The boy made his resistance melt. Commander Hawad won't like any change of plans, and neither will Kalia. True, but you are in charge of security on the airship itself, correct? Romber brushed aside the concern. Besides, Victor can't possibly grow into a good leader if he is sheltered from every splinter and bruise. He needs to get out and learn from life, no matter what my sister says. Goyer bent in front of the delighted boy, treating him like a little man. Victor, tell me true. Do you want to go fishing, or I want to go on the Sky Clipper? I want to be with my father and see the world. His eyes were filled with determination. Goyer stood up. For a moment he held Victor's gaze, wanting to do anything in his power to make the boy happy. That's all the answer I needed. It's decided, then. He looked back toward the spaceport where the dirigible waited. I'll go make the arrangements. All right. Bit of fire dragon, fire dragon. Yep. Fire dragon. Afraid her mannerisms might give something away, Kalia sequestered herself in one of the towers of Castle Caladan, feigning illness. She'd already said her formal goodbye to a preoccupied Leto, then hurried away before he could look into her eyes. Not that he paid much attention to her, anyway. A cheering crowd watched the ducal procession as it prepared to lift off into the blue Caladan sky. The Atreides hawk was painted in brilliant red across the swollen side of the Sky Clipper, which would be followed by smaller but similarly designed airships, all colorfully decorated. The Sky Clipper deployed sails to catch the winds and strained against its tethers like a mammoth, turgid bee. Atreides banners fluttered in a light breeze. The bulk of the airship was empty space, enclosed pockets of buoyant gas, but the tiny passenger compartment in the belly had been filled with provisions. Guiding sails flapped out like butterfly wings at the sides. Thulfir Hawat had checked the proposed route himself, trudging down roads and dispatching guards and inspectors to ensure that no assassins had secreted themselves along the way. Biting her lip, Kalia watched from the high window that faced inland, where she could see the colorful aircraft, though she only faintly heard the fanfare playing to see Leto off. She saw figures standing on podiums, waving before they climbed aboard the Sky Clipper. Her stomach knotted. She admonished herself for not obtaining a pair of binoculars, but that might have raised suspicions. A foolish worry. The household servants would simply have assumed that she wanted to watch her beloved Leto depart on his historic procession. The people of Caladan knew nothing of the dark side of their relationship. In their naivety, they imagined only romantic stories. With a pang in her heart and a sense of inevitability, Kalia watched the work crews release the tethers. Raised by suspensor-assisted floats, the Sky Clipper drifted gracefully into the air currents. The sluggish craft had propulsion systems that could be used in an emergency, but Leto preferred to let the giant vessel move with the winds. Whenever possible, smaller companion ships followed. Though alone, Kalia Vernius tried to clear all expression from her face, all emotion from her mind, not wanting to recall the good time she'd had with her noble lover. She had waited long enough, and she knew in her soul that it would never happen the way she'd wanted it. Romber, despite his dabbling with a few rebels, had accomplished nothing on Ix. Nor had their father, and all his years of supposed underground struggle against House Carino. Dominic was dead, and Romber was content to be Leto's anonymous sidekick, enthralled with his plain Bene Gesserit woman. He had no ambitions at all, and Kalia couldn't accept that. She gripped the stone windowsill, watching the glorious procession of airships drift over Cala City and away to the lowlands. The commoners would stand knee-deep in their marshy fields and look up to see the Duke's passage. Kalia's lips formed a firm, straight line. Those Pundi rice farmers would get much more of a sight than they expected. Chiara had told her the details of the plan only after it had already been initiated. Having once been the mistress of a munitions expert, Chiara had personally set a trap, using linked explosives stolen from the Atreides armory. There would be no chance of survival, no hope of rescue. Feeling helpless dread, Kalia closed her eyes. The wheels had been set in motion, and nothing she could do would prevent the disaster now. Nothing. Soon her son would be the new Duke, and she would be his regent mother. Ah, Victor, I am doing this for you. Hearing footsteps, she was surprised to see Jessica appear at the door to her room, already returned from the launching of the ducal ship. Kalia stared at her rival with a stony expression. Why couldn't she have accompanied Leto? That would have solved even more of her problems. "What is it you want?" Kalia said. Jessica looked slender and delicate, yet Kalia knew that no young woman with Bene Gesserit training could ever be helpless. The witch could probably kill Kalia in an instant with her weirding ways. She promised herself she would get rid of this seductress as soon as the weight and responsibility of House Atreides fell across her shoulders. I will be regent for my son. Now that the Duke has gone and left us alone, it is time for us to talk. Jessica watched Kalia's reaction. We've avoided it for too long, you and I. Kalia felt as if every nerve on her face and in her fingers, every twitch and gesture were being dissected through the upstart's scrutiny. It was said that a Bene Gesserit could read minds, though the witches themselves denied it. Kalia shuddered, and Jessica took a step deeper into the room. I'm here because I want privacy, Kalia said. My Duke has departed, and I wish to be alone. Jessica's brow furrowed. Her green eyes stared intently, as if she had already detected something wrong. Kalia turned away, feeling naked. How could this young woman expose her so easily? I thought it would be better if we did not leave so much unspoken between us, Jessica continued. Leto may decide to marry soon, and it won't be either of us. It won't be to either of us. But Kalia did not want to hear any of it. Does she wish to make peace with me? To ask my permission to love Leto? The thought brought a flickering smile to her face. Before Kalia could respond, she heard footsteps again. Booted feet. Swain Gore lunged into the room. He looked unsettled, his formal uniform disheveled. He stopped for a moment upon seeing Jessica there in the chamber, as if she were the last person he had expected to encounter with Kalia. Yes, Captain, what is it? Kalia snapped. He fumbled for words, unconsciously touched his thick belt, then flickered to the tiny uniform pocket where he usually kept his coated armory key. I have misplaced something, I fear. Captain Goyer, why aren't you with my son? Kalia vented anger toward him in hopes of distracting Jessica. You and Prince Romber were scheduled to depart on your fishing trip hours ago. The handsome guard avoided her gaze, while Jessica stared at both of them, recording each movement. Kalia's heart froze. Does she suspect, and if so, what will she do about it? I seem to have lost an important piece of equipment, my lady, he stammered, looking very embarrassed. I've been unable to find it, and now I am growing concerned. I intend to search for it in every possible place. Kalia stepped closer to him, her face flushed. You didn't answer my question, Captain. You three should have gone fishing. Did you delay my son's trip so he could watch his father depart? She touched a finger to her frowning lips. Yes, I can see how Victor would have enjoyed watching the airships, but take him now. I don't want him to miss the fishing trip with his uncle. He was very excited about it. Your brother requested a slight change of plans, my lady, Guire said, uncomfortable with Jessica's presence and at being caught in his mistake. We'll schedule another fishing trip for next week, but Victor wanted so much to accompany Duke Leto. This sort of procession is very rare. I didn't have the heart to refuse him. Kalia whirled, aghast. What do you mean? Where is Victor? Where's Romber? Why, they're aboard the Sky Clipper, my lady. I will inform Thufir Hawat. Kalia rushed to the window, but the huge airship and its companions had already drifted far out of sight. She battered her fist on the transparent glass of the window and let out a loud, keening wail of despair. Alright, we'll pick it up with that one right next to it, and it does continue from that point, so alright, I guess we'll finish this one more since it is on the same track and all. Okay, fine, one more. Every man dreams of the future, though not all of us will be there to see it. Theo Holtzman, Speculations on Time and Space. That's a good one. Aboard the Sky Clipper, Leto relaxed in the command seat. The ship rose high above the city and drifted over the surrounding agricultural areas. So peaceful, gentle, quiet. He moved the rudders, but allowed the winds their whim. In utter silence and perfect grace, they cruised over lush terrain at the head of the procession of ships. He looked down broad rivers, thick forests, and marshes where standing pools glittered. Victor stared wide-eyed out the viewing windows, pointing at sights and asking 1,000 questions. Romber answered, but deferred to Leto when the name of a landform or clustered village exceeded his knowledge. "I'm glad you're here, Victor," Leto good-naturedly mussed the boy's hair. 3 guards were stationed aboard, one in the main cabin and the others at the force and aft exits. They wore black uniforms with the red hawk epaulettes of the Atreides Honor Guard. Since he had replaced one of their members for this trip, Romber wore the same uniform. Even Victor, who had also replaced a guard because of weight limitations on the Sky Clipper, wore the epaulettes on his replica of the Duke's black jacket. On the boy, the epaulettes were oversized, but he insisted on wearing them. Romber began to sing folk songs, rhymes he'd picked up from locals. In recent months, he and Gurney Halleck had shared balisette duets, playing tunes and singing ballads. At the moment, Romber simply enjoyed singing in his rough voice, without any accompaniment. Hearing a familiar chanty, one of the guards joined in. The man had grown up on a Pundi rice farm before joining the Atreides troops, and still remembered the songs his parents had taught him. Victor tried to sing along too, adding the intermittent but not always correct words of a chorus when he thought he remembered them. Though large, the sail-driven Sky Clipper was an easy craft to handle, a vessel made for leisurely voyages. Leto promised himself that he would do this more often. Perhaps he'd take Jessica with him, or even Kalia. Yes, Kalia. Victor should see his mother and father spend more time together. Regardless of their political or dynastic differences. Leto still had feelings for her, though she had rebuffed him at every turn. Remembering how cruel his own parents had been to one another, he did not want to leave such a legacy for Victor. It had been an oversight at first, worsened by his stubbornness when Kalia began making unreasonable demands about marriage. But he realized he should have at least made her his bound concubine and given their son the Atreides name. Leto had not yet decided to accept Archduke Ikaz's formal offer of marriage to Ilesa, but one day he would certainly find a politically acceptable match for himself among the Landstride candidates. Still, he loved Victor too much to deny the boy's status as firstborn. If he designated the child as his official heir, perhaps Kalia would warm to him. Eventually, bored with the singing and the Sky Clipper's ponderous pace, Victor craned his neck upward to look at the rippling sails outside. Leto let him handle the control grip. For a few moments, turning the rudder. The boy was thrilled to see the Sky Clipper's nose, nudging in response to his commands. Romber laughed. "You'll be a great pilot someday, boy, but don't let your father teach you. I know more about piloting than he does." Victor looked from his uncle to his father, and Leto laughed to see him ponder the comment with such seriousness. "Victor, ask your uncle to tell you how he set our oracle on fire once, then crashed it into a reef." "You told me to crash it into the reef," Romber said. "I am hungry," Victor said, not surprising Leto at all. The boy had a hearty appetite and was growing taller every day. "Go look into the storage cabinets in the back of the bridge deck," Romber said. "That's where we keep our snacks." Anxious to explore, Victor ran to the rear of the deck. The Sky Clipper passed over pundy rice paddies, soggy green fields, separated by sluggish canals. Barges drifted along below them, filled with sacks of the native grain. The sky was clear, the winds gentle. Leto could not imagine a better day for flying. Victor stood on a ledge, to reach the topmost cabinets, rummaging among the shelves. He studied iconic images. On the labels, he couldn't read all the Galak words, but recognized letters and understood the purposes of certain things. He found dried meats and ulus, wrapped berry pastries as a special dessert for the evening. He gobbled one package of ulus, which satisfied his immediate hunger, but he continued to poke about. Yeah. That's where we keep our snacks. The Sky Clipper, passer patties, green fields. Barges drifted along below them, filled with sacks of the native grain. The sky was clear, the winds gentle. Leto could not imagine a better day for flying. Victor stood on a ledge to reach the topmost cabinets, rummaging amongst the shelves. He studied iconic images. On the labels, he couldn't read all of the Gallic words, but recognized letters and understood the purposes of certain things. He found dried meats and ulus, wrapped berry pastries as a special dessert for the evening. He gobbled one package of ulus, which satisfied his immediate hunger, but he continued to poke about. With the curiosity of a child, Victor moved to a bank of storage pockets built into the gondola's lower wall against the dirigible sack that made up the bulk of the Sky Clipper. Identifying the red symbol, he knew that these were emergency supplies, first aid equipment, medicines. He had seen such things before, watching in Oz house surgeons bandaged cuts and scrapes. Destroying unconscious blockages. Opening the first aid pocket, he withdrew medical supplies, scrutinized gauze wrappings, and pill packets. A loose cover plate on the back wall rattled intriguingly, so he popped it out to find another compartment even deeper within. Inside a sheltered wall behind the emergency supplies, Victor found something with blinking lights, a glowing counter, impedance transfer mechanisms connected to clusters of red energy storage containers, all strung together. Fascinated, he stared for a long time. "Uncle Romber, come see what I found." Smiling tolerantly, Romber strode across the deck, ready to do his best to explain whatever the child had encountered. "There, behind the doctor kits," Victor pointed with a small finger. "See? It's bright and pretty." Romber stood behind the boy, bent over to squint. Proud and proprietary, Victor reached deeper inside. "Look at how all the lights blink. I'll get it so you can see better." The boy grasped the device, and Romber suddenly sucked in a sharp breath. "No, Victor, that's a..." Duke Leto's son jostled the impedance leads and activated the tamper lock timer. The explosives detonated. Alright, well, I guess we can't stop there. Gosh dang it. Alright, we'll go a little bit more because, yeah. Gosh dang it. Knowledge is pitiless. Orange Catholic Bible. When flames erupted from the aft end of the Sky Clipper cockpit, the shockwave slammed into Leto like a meteor. A burned and broken mass of flesh smashed into the front viewing wall beside him, then dropped to the floor. Too large for a child, too small to be a man, a whole man, it left a smear of blackened bodily fluids. Searing heat roared around him as the air crackled with flames. The rear of the dirigible blazed, engulfed in orange fire. Yelling uselessly in horrified confusion, Leto wrestled the rudder controls as the wounded Sky Clipper bucked and reared. Out of the corner of his eye, he couldn't stop looking at the broken form beside him. It twitched. Who was it? He didn't want to know. A parade of awful images assaulted his retinas, one at a time, lasting the merest fraction of a second. Behind him, he heard a screaming wail that changed abruptly, then dwindled as the flailing silhouette of a man was sucked through a gaping blast hole torn in the bottom of the cabin. The man's entire body was in flames. It had to be either Romber or one of the three guards. Victor had been at the center of the explosion. Gone forever. The crippled Sky Clipper began to plummet, losing buoyancy as the flammable gas was consumed inside the dirigible's body. The fabric tore away, and yellow-white fire towered higher. Smoke filled the cockpit. Leto's flesh was hot, and he knew his fine black uniform would soon be in flames. Beside him, the wreck of the unidentified body made a mewling sound of pain. He seemed to have the wrong number of arms and legs, and his face was a bloody mass of twisted, unrecognizable flesh. The Sky Clipper was crashing. Below, Pundi rice paddies spread out in sinuous rivers, jewel-like ponds, and peaceful villages. The people had gathered, waving pennants to greet his passage. Pennants. But now, seeing the fireball overhead like the hammer of God, they scrambled for shelter as the Sky Clipper died in the air. The smaller escort craft flurried around the flaming vessel, but they could do nothing but follow. Leto tore his mind from its stunned paralysis. Romber, Victor, when suddenly he saw that the airship was hurtling towards one of the farming villages. He would crash in the midst of the gathered people. Like an animal, he wrestled with the rudders to change the angle of descent, but the flames consumed by the hydraulic systems ate away the buoyant enclosure. Most of the villagers scattered like a panicked herd. Others stared helplessly, realizing they could never get away in time. Knowing in his heart that Victor must be dead, Leto was tempted to just let himself vanish in the bright flames and the explosion. He closed his eyes. He could close his eyes and lean back, allowing gravity and heat to crush and incinerate him. How simple it would be just to give up. But when he saw all those people down there, some of them children like Victor, Leto forced back his despair, leaned forward, and fought the controls. There had to be some way to alter course and avoid the village. No, 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 he moaned deep in his throat. Leto felt no physical pain, only grief that ripped through his heart like a knife. He could not bear to consider all he had lost, could not waste a moment of reflexes and skill. He was fighting for the lives of the people who believed in him and relied on him. At last, one of the rudders turned, and the Sky Clipper's nose tipped upward the barest fraction of a degree. Tearing open an emergency panel below his controls, Leto saw that his hands were red and blistered. All around, the flames grew hotter and hotter, but he reached inside and tugged on the curved red levers with all his strength, hoping the escape cables and controls remained active. As the blaze in the rear of the Sky Clipper increased, metal clamps thumped open. The tattered dirigible sack split free, disconnected from the cockpit cabin. Guidance sails broke away and flew off in the winds, some singed already on fire, like flaming kites without strings. The cockpit cabin dropped off, and the remainder of the dirigible sack, suddenly freed of the weight of passengers, and the thick-walled cabin rose like a comet blazing in the sky. Correspondingly, the self-contained cabin dropped at a steeper angle. Glider wings extended, snapping into place, breaking the descent. Damaged suspensor mechanisms struggled to function. Leto pushed hard against the control grip. The hot air seemed to be melting his lungs with every breath he gasped. The tangled trees bordering soft islands in the rice marshes rose up at him. Their thorns were stiff fingers with sharpened ends, a forest of claws. He loosed a wordless howl. Even the old Duke's End and the bull ring would never be remembered as more spectacular than this final flash of glory. At the last possible instant, Leto added just a little lift in power, as much as he could wring from the damaged suspensors and engines. He skimmed past the crowded village, singed ramshackled roofs, and crashed into the rice marshes beyond. The cockpit cabin hit the saturated ground like an ancient artillery shell. Mud, water, and shattered trees sprayed up into the air. The walls folded and collapsed. The impact hurled Leto from his seat into the front bulkhead and then dropped him back down to the floor. Brownish water poured through ruptures in the cabin until finally, with a groan and a shriek, the wreckage came to a rest. Leto slipped into peaceful darkness. I'll pick it up with the Swordmasters and Ginaz. Light Tropical Rain. Hope you enjoyed tonight's reading of Dune, House Harkonnen. We'll be back to it soon. Pretty interesting and fun stuff. Love to discuss it if you like, live chat or YouTube comments. Always works. Can discuss it. Any character analysis, descriptions, things to improve, things you liked. Love to hear it. Alright, let's move on for now. Maybe a couple of good things in store. Let me see. Back to it. The Dragonstone. There we go. And the twins next to the Blood Knight. good for the time being. I think so. Alright, little stream test. We're steady and stable. Yes, we are. Alright, well, you've heard me, last few streams for Battlefront, promising to equip emotes, promising to put cards on the characters. Well, we just take care of that now, then we'll probably get some Hand of Fate or Red Dead, or Harkonnen Fortnite after that. Let's start with Battlefront. We did that last night, it was good fun. Let's do a little more for now. I think that'll be fine. But good fun to do and get a return to it. Maybe that is a good place. Finish it all, the big finale, big clean sweep. Usually, I have less left than I think for like the final bits of big novels. And this one being, 600-page book. Maybe, or not 600, it's 400, 500. Oh, it's almost 600. Close to 600. It's definitely over 500 pages. Which we've already read. Close to it. Good amount. Alright, we'll get those headphones in shortly. For now, we shall see. Should be good. We shall see. Everything working fine. Yeah, fun chats last night. Some other lurkers popping first time. That was cool as well. Good stuff like that. And we're on to Battlefront. For now. Delta Force, that's interesting. Reminds me of other stuff. Wonder what that is. Yeah, it's new. Huh, curious. And I've seen similar things. There's the other Madness Interactive, the Madness series. They have that other Project Nexus on Steam too, and have other Space Hulk Deathwing and the Dark Tide, similar to Vermintide. Infinity Nikki. Yeah, Marvel Rivals been popular. Let's see what Infinity Nikki is later. Sounds like fun. That's a good name, I mean. We'll see. We shall see. Good fun. Alright, let's check it out for now. Magnificent Monday continues. 20 minutes planned, but we'll keep it going a bit longer than that. Let's begin. Take a look and see. Always starting in offline mode, but that's alright. Yeah, we'll start with the collection actually. Yeah, I might as well connect it. It was good fun last night. We had some pretty good moments, pretty good characters. I'm gonna do some others I didn't have the chance to yet. So yeah, I'm pretty sure these do not have much. I don't even play with the vehicles really, so we'll get to vehicles later perhaps, but for now let's start with cards, emotes, and voice lines. A lot of them are not unlocked yet, but you know, some of them I have unlocked, so I'll just customize for now. Got one for these. Radius of smoke screen or health regen. I mean, depends, we're playing PvP or co-op. Right now we're on co-op only, so focus on that. Definitely. Set the 2-hour mark here, so we'll definitely mark the playlist for Dune and such. Alright, that's a good first one for him. Actually, I can get both, yeah. These unlock at level 5. You have to play him, actually level them up. But for now, at least I have some basic ones. And yeah, no voice lines or emote yet for this little droid. But it's good for now. It's a BB-8. No emotes or voice lines yet. One victory pose. Yeah, I think it'll tell me if I have them unlocked. And no skill points. Yeah, I haven't really used him yet in game. He's not. Many of them, you know, you get the chance to use him. There's other skins. Yeah, he has other skins too. Huh. Yeah, I like his standard Jedi Knight. Considering the others, but
This is where the fun begins.
so yeah, for these you actually have to equip them.
Call this a diplomatic
You select, click, and equip to actually
One's gonna kill me. A very wise
use
Jedi
these.
said,
So it's a little excessive to use, you know, all of them, but
You call this a diplomatic solution?
I don't have to do all. I mean, one per character is probably enough, honestly. Just to assign a little different end cards. Let's see. Level 8, 7 skill points. Might as well use them, you know. Might as well. Makes them just a little more powerful. Upgrades a few things, like these is upgrading. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, upgraded. More damage with his lightsaber attacks. They drain more stamina. That's alright. I'll take damage over stamina. Maximum health increase, so you just like basic upgrades like that. And you can get 4 levels of it if you have enough points or something. I mean, probably some of it's level or rank. But that's pretty good. And I'm happy with his cosmetic things. Just one voice line I think is fine. I don't really need all the emotes, but you know, it does get kind of repetitive. You just have the one emote. Let's see, Count Dooku even has that's a funny one. Dark ritual, exquisite pajamas. What in the world? Obviously that's the most exciting for him, but get the freaking pajamas. Purchased from one of the galaxy's most exclusive tailors, Count Dooku's sleepwear is stitched only from the finest silks, with the outfit's elegant patterns rivaled only by the prominent monogram on his front pocket. Well, how about that? So obviously, yeah, the standard Sith Lord is the most fitting. Yoda. I mean, I could put those on, but it feels a little silly, so maybe later, you know. Maybe later for those. We'll do the full emotes. So why they give you such a big wheel and they only have this many emotes? They give you a wheel of, you know, 7 when there's only 4. I don't think anyone has more than 4. Guess they were thinking maybe they'd add more later or something. They never did. And the victory poses. That's fine. How about Count Dooku cards? He's only level 2, so trading less stamina or health regen. Yeah, stamina is good. Health regen good too, but why is that? Just he regenerates more, not just faster. He actually has increase. Like I don't know if that's speed or like how much health he actually gets back. I can't really tell which one it actually does. But anyway, good for him. Yeah, Obi-Wan I wouldn't mind. Probably other look for him because that's, you know, the standard one you see him most in the movies. But General Kenobi pretty good too. I think I just like the robe one for him. Works. Hello there. Of course.
The strongest defense is a swift. Only a Sith.
There's all those. And he actually has 5 voice lines once you get it. Kenobi and Darth Maul rivalry. So to get that, you actually have to get a milestone, probably fighting Darth Maul. Same with Darth Maul fighting him. They're the big nemesises in the show, I guess. Interesting. Victory pose. It's a pretty basic one. Does that look like Shall We Duel to you? Body and mind. You get milestone as well. Yeah, I mean, it's fun to see the lightsaber. Why wouldn't you get the lightsaber in most cases? Alright. Good one there. And cards. Or did I equip? Yeah, I didn't really need to equip all of them, but I wasn't really thinking of it, I guess. And he's level 8 already. I've got a few of them. Do the more powerful stuff. We shall try. Well, he gets 3 cards, right? So, see which ones we prefer. Playstyle. And fun of it. Health regen or mind trick. I guess I'll just do health regen. You can upgrade that one, right? Yeah, I can upgrade all of these. Guess I might as well spend the cards, the points now. Get more points later, naturally, right? I would think so. Playing a bit, might as well make it worthwhile for what it's worth. Pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah, only 3 cards per character at a time. I haven't played as Grievous yet, except in the combat scenario, so if I actually play as him. Jedi Hunter, battle damage. Ooh, the legendary shadow armor. How did I get that? Probably from the co-op. Yeah, that's an even fancier one. That's the legendary one. Yeah, he goes from just standard to slightly damaged, little battered, to all the way shattered. Wow, that is a good one. You see some of his Martian side there. Very nice. Enduring punishment unimaginable to any organic, General Grievous pursued the obliteration of his enemies whatever the cost. Frequently broken beyond repair, Grievous's cybernetics were easily replaced, but his conquest would stand the test of time. Yeah, pretty interesting. He had some other stuff in Clone Wars too, I guess. General of the Separatists, right? Alright, happy with that. We eventually get to play as him. And we have all emotes. Yeah, I did a great job with his voice, of course. Just like the movies and shows. You'll be able to hear it better later, but for now, his cough, of course, iconic. And yeah. Basically mimics Kenobi with that one. That's a good one. Alright, victory poses, lines of death, Jedi hunt, Dune, consider yourself crushed, and duelist. Very similar, all of them. Yeah, I kind of like that one, the dynamics, but this one is also nice. Oh, it's weird angles on them. It's like, what actual angle would you see in the victory screen, you know? I'll just do that one, I guess. Alright, and for his cards, nothing yet, because he's level 1. So we'll get more of those later, the more I play as him. Infiltrator. Wait, I got an infiltrator, it's literally just that one infiltrator. That's weird. How are these actually sorting out? These are like the soldiers too. These are the main heroes, but how do I actually go to those ones? Yeah. Oh, I guess, yeah, these are their own classes. Gotcha. Yeah, so for each of the factions, they have these different types, but it's not actually showing me like the different factions here. I don't even care about the vehicles really, so we'll see about those later. Yeah, I'll customize those a little bit, but it's where it doesn't show me like different factions really. Strange. Just various ones from different ones. Anyway, on to Phasma. Whipped one of those. Pretty good. Couple of voice lines. And her victory pose. I was happy with that one. Her cards, we have level 4, so good enough for 2 cards. Every time she kills an enemy, Phasma and friendly troopers around her gain 3% decrease to their blaster overheat per bolt to a maximum. So effect resets when she is defeated. Yeah, that'd be really powerful. You just keep, you know, racking it up. 36% is the max. So you basically, you know, have like 50% extra firepower. That is a good one, you know. She's a captain. Charges forward. It's weird it shows the staff for that. It should show the blaster, but you know, it's just the card design. Can I upgrade it right away? I don't want to upgrade that, but sentry droid rotation speed is increased. Might as well use that early on, I guess. It's good for close range. It's like a stationary one, like the turrets and such. Good to give it a try, I guess. It's good for close range. Alright, everything seems fine. Continue to test. Oh yeah, let me upgrade that one because I do really like the concept of that. That is definitely a lot of fun. We already got 24% right off the bat. When I get more points, I'll upgrade them more. And she doesn't have alternate, yeah, costumes. Not all of them will have alternates, so. Haven't played as Finn at all yet, so yeah, not much to do for him except basic things. Resistance hero. I think I'll keep the standard one. That one's a little much. Yeah, I never played as him yet, so we'll just do the one voice line. And victory pose. Not a big deal. But we'll put one on anyway. Big deal. Alright, Yoda. Got hooded Yoda. Oh, that's pretty fun. Yeah, I like the standard Yoda, but try the hood with the little hole with the ears. I'll try that out just for the fun of it. There he is. Yeah, most famous one probably. Do or do not There is no try. Ooh, and a legendary mode here, legendary voice line. Oh, it's so quiet. Trust you not, your master does. Powerful you have become. Oh, look at that one. That was a pretty like Serenity milestone for that. That one just the most flashy for now. And cards for Yoda. We get a starters. Larger area of effect for Unleash. Unleash the Force. And this one for Presence is active for Lara. That's just his healing. It's good to heal the allies. For what it's worth, you know, we'll use it since we're actually able to play co-op the last few times. Maybe get to PvP eventually. Played as Rey in the custom ones. That's with Yoda only. Yeah, exclusive one. Sounds good. We're guessing you're a veteran player such yourself. Well, thanks for popping in.
Welcome, Red Knight.
How you doing there? Word of Godos. Call you Godos if you like. Yeah, I mean, I played a few times here, just the co-op after finishing the campaign and all the combat situations, but guessing you're a fan of it, so. Any favorites for you? My top 4 would probably be Darth Maul, Sith Trooper, Kylo Ren, like Phasma as well. Speak gibberish. Well, that's one way to welcome you. If you insist, I'll see you in 5. 4. Gibberish. We'll just finish the last few cards here, and then we'll get to some co-op. So if you'd like to play Godos, I'll probably see you in there. But yeah, see you in 5, and welcome in Godos. Brick the present of our bread, buzzing the present of our share. I guess I was cinco, tingle, and book, Baja. Sprickeners, man, some basin manager. Can I see them? Should I go, a bunch of boy. Jabog your cheat job back, Jabog short, cheat chop, chumban, chumban, right up, right at your short. I could chop, come on, come on, And do this, I'm doing the change what I'm trying. Right. Orange, orange, work that way, orange, you do that. Do that. I don't do that. 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 Do that.
You're a monster.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 Can I show a bit of green, green, with a green, America. And I knew him, John. And I was never going there, and I was change, I'll show you, trying to. And out here and there, but I'm chain, I'll see no. Boom, ba, shoom, ba, so that's it. Turn out, and hold on. Oh, going out, you know, be no, that's it. Shoot that two root to get that boat, and Jabunda, but the root to get to go to Solid, well, that's one way to introduce yourself here. Gatos, one way to be introduced here. How are you doing? Are you a fan of the game? You find me from the category or such, I imagine. We'll get in some co-op here in a bit. Standard rotation, all that. Just, you know, it'd been a while unlocking all these cards and things. Figured it was a time to add some. I have seen the Kenobi one before. It's pretty funny. But yeah, your Hulk one. I haven't had many Hulk avatars in a while. Lucky roll for you there. Kenobi! Just because you pop in chat, bring it to life or so. You're actually our second chatter tonight, so thank you. Bringing it to life here in the Dragon's Roost, Mr. Godos. Play on Xbox because you're there. I have a 360. You think it'd work on 360? Any case, lovely to see you. Welcome in. We have sub emotes for you. We have new cheers, 71 bits. We have champion commands, exclamation champion for that same list. We have many fun, unique cheers, and we do have stickers for you to enjoy if you'd like to check out a little sticker. For our sticker party, yet to be enjoyed for the first time. Show you an example here. Couple things. There's a few. And since you're a fan of Star Wars, apparently. It's a trap! Some Skyrim, very nice. Thank you for debuting that reward, I believe. Yeah, you did the gibberish. You might have done that randomly, but that's a cheap one for now. It's one per night per that one, so hope you enjoyed clearing out the mumbles. Speak some gibberish. We got our good-looking mall here. Eventually get that old master, but for now, happy with the defaults. And what else do we have here? Vigilant, no match for me. Pretty happy with the first one. Quick little text from our fellows. Okay. Darth Maul cards. We've got Abilities, Furious Throw, Farther. Yeah, that one's always falling short, so that's a good one to do. Less damage from blasters. I do like that one. A few unique things to him and a few just extra things they decided to give him, so... Less travel from blasters will be very helpful. Dark Chokehold, 2 or more enemies, the damage is increased. Guess I'll do that for now. I probably want to upgrade them until I get all of them unlocked, because he's one of my favorites. So I'll just do blasters for now. Probably always keep that one. I mean, you always want damage reduction, so let me just do 12% up to 16%. Is it worth the cards? Is it worth the percentage? You know, 16 compared to 10%. Kind of just the standard one is enough for now. Maybe I'll upgrade. I don't know, I'll have to read those later, but for now, yeah, I do like the range of that up to 50%. Let's just upgrade that. Yeah, I only have the 360 there and original Xbox. Actually, some of my original Xbox guttos, but lovely to chat with you about it. Do you enjoy co-op? Did you play the campaign? Did you like the combat scenarios? Tell us your favorite aspects of the game. I really like how, you know, true to Star Wars they were. How fun it is to play with all the characters. Now we finally able to play co-op since no one's playing PvP apparently. It's 7 years old, you know, so people have phased out of the PvP, it seems like. But we're getting there, just a few more, and we'll be hopping on into it. I just been meaning to do this for a while, so it's a good time to do it. It's fitting out when you wear the jackets for the right areas, but yeah, I just like his standard.
I will never join the dark. Your overconfidence.
Greetings.
Greetings, exalted one.
I remember that one from the movie, I just forgetting where exactly.
Feel the good in you.
Wasn't that the Ewoks or something? Yeah, we'll just do one voice line is enough for most of them for now. That's like the Tron pose. Here to rescue you. I'm not afraid. That one you like can't even see it. I don't know if like it would show up. Probably would, but I don't know. We'll just do that one. But glad to chat with you about it. It's a good game, huh? Godos. Alright, starter cards for him, only level 3. Block blaster shots are deflected super accurately. That's a good one. Repulse deal more damage to targets standing within half of its radius. That's a good one, but yeah, I never had deflection mastery yet. Let me start with that one. I don't really care about the stamina. If it's super accurate, you get the headshots, so... Stamina drain increase. Oh, okay, it's less stamina the more you upgrade it, so I'll get to that when I get more points. Yeah, I imagine this is pretty popular when it first came out. I just, you know, haven't really heard about it till a couple years after, pretty much. It's publicity, I guess. Leia, probably the most powerful, to be honest. She is so good. Nice charismatic pose. I'll do the more dynamic one.
You have your moment.
And some emotes.
Do as I tell you, okay?
Glad to enjoy it all. Glad to chat with you about it. Godos, you ready for your first champion command? Thank you for the Skyrim fun. What will your Hulk like to enjoy? Perhaps exclamation bloom in the chat. See what you would like to enjoy tonight. Just throwing out suggestions, whatever you'd like, though. Last night we sadly had a Blood Knight Alucard debuting the, well, not debuting, but playing weapons same time as they played the channel award for music, so it didn't really work out very well together, but it was funny. Alright, we've got Hoth, Indoor, Jungle, Snow. I mean, it's nice if you could select their skin as you play them, but I'm thinking, ooh, yeah, the Busha, that is the legendary. She's so powerful. I like the standard one to actually see her face, but I'll try the legendary disguise because it is fun. Save Han Solo. Yeah, basically a recap of the storyline we already know. Alright, cards for her, level 6. We've got less damage, wielding that. Increase of the grenades, that's powerful. That's twice the explosive radius. Well, it says you upgrade to 1, so I'm guessing that's like twice as much. Generate more base health. Charge times reduced. Yeah, I'll do base health for now. See what the other ones are later. Maybe save on the upgrades because she is really powerful. So for now, do I do reduced damage or squad shield? The shield, I feel like, you know, is frequent enough already, so we'll go with that. But lovely to chat with you about Godos. If you like, tell us where you're from, a bit about yourself. I'd love to hear it. That lovely Green Hulk. Marvel and Star Wars. I mean, there's Disney now, both of them, right? So. Alright, good stuff. We already got the voice lines and emotes. No, we did not. Okay, yes, we did. Oh, she has the speech. It changed her freaking speech with that. Yeah. That's funny. I didn't expect that. It actually has different... Someone really spent the time. Extra stuff there. That's hilarious. We'll probably switch her back eventually. For now, that'll be funny. Alright, Lando, only level 2. Who do we have for Lando? General, Administrator. Ooh, there's the good one, yeah. Skip, Professional. Oh, there's the Childish Gambino one. That's hilarious. And Ronkatur, yeah, I remember that one in the movie too, Solo. Yeah, I like this Skiff one, but I think we'll just start as that. Nah, the Skiffs one's too good, yeah, we'll start as a Skiff. I mean, they're both good, but that one's just fun, you know, the Leia one. Anyway, winning in style. Kind of weird ones with his blaster, but...
Yeah, I'm responsible these days.
Got a lot of guts.
You got a lot of guts coming. Yeah, I'm responsible these days. It's the... Sorry.
That's a weird thing to say. Let's go that. Alright, looking good. Yeah, nothing changed for that stuff. Look at the 2 cards, so I choose one. More health or Disabler will stick around for a longer period before it auto-detonates. That's alright. We'll just do standard health for him. I think with those channel rewards, good fun. Godos. Good to see you. Alright, we're again there. Kylo Ren, another favorite here. Absolutely. I think I already switched to his, yeah, Supreme Leader. Oh yeah, you can't just have the Adam Driver. I mean, he's basically synonymous with him. Yeah, I like the red one. I thought I had that one though. Yeah, red cracks, you kind of see it there. Reforged, just... Wayfinder. Yeah, I'll just stick with that one. That's a good one. Alright. I have the first one for him. Let's see more. Event. It says events. Is that like actual Jedi versus Jedi? I mean, lightsaber versus lightsaber? That's interesting. I wonder. Alright, let's start with that. Victory pose. Yeah, they're all pretty good, but just for something different dynamic. And for cards, level 5. We've got leap longer distance when attacking with his frenzy. I do like that one. It's like the multi-hit chaining together. What else here? Freezes longer, increased nerve effect. Another villain, he receives less damage, deals more damage with his lightsaber strike. Another villain, I'm guessing that means, yeah, character, like name character, not just ally. Not just troop, you know. Alright, resilience, closing in. Just do the standard version of that for now. We'll get more later, more upgrades, or could actually upgrade that one for now. 20% for longer leap. That's a good one to start with. Alright, just a few more to go. We might as well, you know, do them all for now and then revisit it later. That's fine. Iden, powerful co-op 2. She does have Commander version 2. I like both of them, you know, I mean, she's the iconic main character of the game. We'll just do that, I guess.
They weren't expecting special forces. Avenge our Emperor!
I don't remember that.
Cannot
Yeah, remember Hope cannot save it.
Empire's time has come.
That's the one I had for all those crazy freaking combat scenarios too.
Hope cannot save them.
Voice line and victory at your service. Inferno Squad, problem solver, master of combat, loyalty, whichever. Alright, and cards, we got level 3. Currently a droid shield. We'll be using a little bit. And pulse cannon. Yeah, it's definitely better reveal. Use it for what it's worth. Now, imagine this game was really popular when it first came out. Just fizzled out like any other, I guess. Just not enough for the multiplayer, not enough for the PvP. Not that I've seen. I mean, the co-op works at least, but we'll consider it more later. On solo, of course, went through all those combat situations to get the smuggler one. So I guess I'm gonna keep that one. That's the one I unlocked, right? It's very hard to unlock, so pretty sure. It's not that different than the captain one, but you know, it's the campaign one basically. And I like the solo Star Wars story version too, but that's fine.
I'm out of it for a little while. Everyone gets delusions of grandeur. Hokey religions and ancient weapons are no... Great, kid. Don't get cocky. That's 2 you owe me, Junior.
Alright.
Hokey religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blaster.
So lightsabers are an ancient weapon, and and the victory poses doesn't matter. Alright, cards for level 6. Less damage. Do select. I'm thinking of, you know, still against bots. Certain things are better against players, but against bots, it's not a big deal. Letting the detonate charge set for 5 seconds. Increase the blast radius. Sharpshooter shots reduce. Less active time. Less reduction per shot. Is that an ability or just like a passive? I'm not sure. He just has, yeah, the bomb, the charge, and the fire. I don't know. I just want to do this one because I like to use it faster than that, so I'll just do the other ones. It's whatever. I'll upgrade them later, you know. Get them higher level. Thanks for chatting with me about it, Godos. Pretty interesting. Pretty good stuff. Alright, Emperor have not played with yet, but let's take a look. Sith Eternal, yeah, that's the newer one. Might as well.
Good. Let's do what must be. Now, at the end, now you will experience.
That's fun.
Now, at the end, do you understand?
Whatever. Galactic. Good. Yeah, limited power. Pretty iconic. And no cards yet. Alright. Vader.
You cannot hide forever. You are as clumsy. I find your lack of faith. Apology accepted. Apology accepted.
Yeah, it's whatever. Just for one of them. And level 2, so start with these. 1. Less damage while focus rage or increased health. He is, yeah, pretty hard to stay alive. Let's see, 150. Oh, that's not much. Guess I'll just do this one. Yeah, for Vader is very, you know, kind of specialist, like very niche abilities. Just hard. Alright. As for Chewbacca, Not the old one yet. Wounded. Want to see? Oh, he has a bandage on. Yeah. Talk about history and things. Alright, yes, Chewbacca. Metal, Wookiee wins, Fuzzball. The carpet shoots back. That's pretty great. Alright, that'll work. And 4 for 2 cards. Extended duration, Furious Bowcaster. And maximum health. Excellent. Make sure they're equipped, of course. That's good for him. Alright, our last 2 named heroes. You don't count the ships being named. Yeah, I mean, where do you actually get to play those? Certain missions, like special Bossic, no, unique skins. Just whatever.
This will be fun.
Emotes.
Nobody can hide. You're just.
It's like, when is really the best time to emote, though? I mean, there's
I will collect the prize.
opportunities, but it's not really something you do very often, you know. Gain a small amount of health each second he stays within the cloud of the grenade, or arm and activate faster when deploying. Well, it's good to have health, so I guess we'll start with that. Nice and straightforward. Pretty much. Alright, see what else here. Decent enough, good to go. These default follower only streams. What are these? VTuber Minecrafts. Anyway, very random stuff I just find. What is this? Half sword? Never heard of that. Looks like a funny, challenging game type of things. Anyway, good to go. That's it for him for now, right? Yeah, I haven't played as much co-op. And finally, Boba Fett. Good job with the clone voices and all. And here we are. One card for him, only level 2. Health regeneration. Faster when not being used. That'll work. Jetpack refill. And yeah, just the voice lines. If you didn't get to hear those, sorry.
There's no escape from me. They will never know what hit them. There's always room for one more. If you triple the prize,
Just
how much would you live?
just distracted by a few things in the voice lines. And now we have to make sure they're equipped, or else there was no need to do that. I wish you could switch to the characters more easily, but you know, I think I got them for the most part. A few of them are upgraded and such. Alright, now we go to classes. Double check those. Should have some pretty decent ones for now. Get rid of that yet. Or not, yeah. Acid launcher. Now that sounds like fun. I haven't seen that. It's probably just a gas cloud. Gotta give that a try. Might as well upgrade it. And I'll equip that one, of course. Left ability already replaced. What do you mean? Left ability. You only do one or the other, I guess. The grenade or that. Well, I guess might as well do that. Alright, recharge time is shorter. Yeah, I get a lot of points, of course, as the basic classes, so we can always switch it later. That'll just take a few points to upgrade those. And what else here? Cooling success states are longer. Yeah, I'll do that for now. It's only 16%. I can make it a lot better. Unless you can just stay on the screen while upgrading, but it's good enough for what it is. Alright, we got 1, 2, and what's the other one here? Might as well unlock them. It's just confusing, you know, where they are. Yeah, it shows the little position there, I guess, which is kind of weird. So I'm replacing that for the flash pistol, replacing that with the grenade, a better weapons handling, and this way, yeah, just keep them alive for longer. That'll be shorter cooldown, so that's good too. Hopefully that applies to most assault classes. Some of them, you know, are a little different. It's just showing the clone trooper here. Alright. And wow, look at all these. Yeah, so this is Snow Trooper. This is Shore Trooper. Yeah, I like the standard Separatist is droid. Those are funny. Do Genosis, I guess. Resistance. Can do aliens. Might as well, I guess. Nikto Resistance. Actually talks about them. Yeah, look at all that lore behind them. Highly desired as enforcers for the Hutt crime families. And rebels. Same thing. And Republic. Oh man. That's a lot of freaking clone divisions. Holy, there's people that are like really into Clone Wars, I'm guessing. That is a whole lot of clones. Let's just do Coruscant Guard for now. Phase 1, Phase 2. My goodness, man. That would be fine for that one. Yeah, First Order we just did. No, I mean, yeah, it's just the, you know, the more modern stormtroopers. But it's whatever. Okay, and weapons. Yeah, I still have Cinder Blaster. We'll keep unlocking more. I'm pretty happy with that one. Maybe, you know, try that on the field. So that's Assault. Heavy. Currently got a couple of these. We'll keep improving those. And I mean, everyone cares mainly about the main title hero characters, of course. Different things. What else here? Combat shield, that's the 3rd slot. Yeah, I can use that, I guess. I already had, you know, I already had the shield on, but look at that, yeah, just go between different ones. You just have to keep switching between them. Some of them, you know, are slightly different, mainly for the weapons, yeah. Improved combat shield, that would be better. better tankage with it. So we equip that, right? Just making sure. Upgrade, yeah, shield health all the way to 300, so get an extra 100 health. Could definitely make a big difference. Alright. Should be good for heavy. Officer, at least got the new pistol, not the automatic yet, but working on it. At least have some cards. Let me see. Shield, blast command. Might as well upgrade, I guess. Officers. Officer commands. Level 22 for the next one. This one not very good, so I'm just gonna save the points for now. Cooldown, yep, generally good to have shorter cooldowns for most things. Level 22 for the next one, yeah, pretty much the best I can do for... I like the eye patch one. Why don't we do the eye patch one? For the fun of it, you know. Yeah, they're really not that different. Shore trooper officer, that's interesting. Freaking training officer, that's weird. I like the Genosis one, but that's whatever. Ah, there we go. Officer Aliens, yep, that's fun. Yeah, he was fun in the campaign, that alien species. Makes it more interesting, right? Could do that one, but for consistency, you know. And the Republic again, we got Navy. Navy officer, that's kind of random in there. Yeah, this is for the clone troopers. Yeah, he is a clone, you can see his face. He's one of the Jango Fett's. Coruscant Guard again. Consistent and easy, you know. Look at our eye patch girl. Eye patch officer. Alright, and specialist, yeah, I haven't really done much for specialist yet, so what else can we do here? Increased rate of battle points, that's always good. For extra heroes and all, just playing as the specialist. Have to say that's a good one. Get all those battle points. Easier hero access when you're playing as a specialist. Level 22, alright, we've got infiltration. Yeah, I don't really like that one. Don't like the binoculars either. Shot grenade. Hidden from enemy scanners when firing your weapon. Yes, that's good. Increased melee damage. Nice and straightforward. I mean, kind of weird, but yeah. Upgrade it a little bit. It takes 1 point generally to upgrade, but yeah, it's at higher levels. And yeah, shot grenade, might as well. I'm using it, right? Make sure it's able to be equipped before I spend any more points. Yep. That's my 2 card. Oh, that one is... See, it actually shows you... It doesn't show... It's like a health ability or whatever. Okay, there we go. I have it all now. Just making sure. Yeah, shot grenade is pretty good. It slows enemies down, so it makes them easier to snipe and such. For what it's worth. Yep. That's okay. Getting there bit by bit. Continue to stream test as well. Exciting times. That's okay. Very nice. Other good things. And appearances. We gotta get snipers. So I'm gonna get snipers. I just haven't used it much. The more I use it, you know, the more we get. Alright, so Empire, we've got slightly fancier. Well, this one has a target on him. That's kind of ironic. I guess I'll do one training bot. What's he doing there? Yeah, look at the emotes on that scene. Resistance, we got... Ooh, there's that one. Like that alien. Yeah, that's the one we saw. 42. Yeah, I like that one. Seen that a few times. So there's resistance and the rebel. Yeah. Quite a difference. Consistent again, or do we change it up? I guess we'll stay consistent for now. And again with the clones. Alright. How about emotes? Whoa, these guys get a lot more. Holy crap. Why they give the basic troops so many? They're just funny mainly. You can do all of these. It's pretty funny though.
He doesn't like you.
Oh, it's like the bar scene. That's hilarious. I never even knew they'd have this many.
I'm in it for the money. I expect to get well paid. Yes.
Tuscany. So, that'll be my specialist. And actually I do others for these guys. They all have similar things.
Oh no, it's a trap. Look, the droids we're looking for.
There's so many.
Kaboom!
They just said the male and female, and I'm guessing. I can't believe they would do like alien voices and things too.
I give up. I give up.
There's so many.
Hey.
Goodness.
He doesn't love.
Rock, paper, scissors.
1, 2, 3.
Hilarious. Alright, that's my emotes. They don't have voice lines, thankfully. I don't have to put freaking voice lines for my basic troops too. Emotes will be enough for them, yep. Thank you. Alright, that was officer, specialist. Back to heavy. Just one is enough for them for now. And assault.
You were the chosen one.
Totally mockeries. It's funny. Alright, we've got some of the enforcers. But yeah, for these you just have to switch back and forth. So yeah, Death Trooper for example. We've got all these unlocked. Level 14 enforcers, so yeah, these are just be for all the enforcers basically. Okay, enforcer training. Expert weapon handling, maximum health is always good. Basically upgrading all the classes, all the characters. Enemies dealing damage to you will be temporarily marked for easier retaliation. I guess that just makes them easier to kill. They're less resistant or something. Middle ability, health regen. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I'm just gonna do whichever, unless some of them are just inherently bad, but we'll see. Alright, an upgrade. Few of them. I don't use this class, specific type class too much, but when I do, it's nice to have, properly upgraded and all. Can always switch it up later, There will be time. Maybe even get to 8 versus 8 or so actual multiplayer match. That'd be fun for most of the maps. Alright, the Wookiee has Legacy, which I do not know the difference. Just put that in my patch. Droidica has a different one. Well, it helps you stand out, I guess. Clone Commando, Urban, and Jungle. Ooh, yeah, very nice. Standard one is fine, but yeah, I like that. Nothing for Death Trooper. aerial, we have these ones. Yeah, we put the cards. And yeah, no voice lines or emotes on these ones, looks like. Level 10 will get +1 evade and faster evade charges later. It's like, yeah, the rocket troopers, rocket jumpers. Good for a few things, a few times. Level 10 will get +1 evade and faster. Very exciting. Health regen, enemies dealing damage to you. Oh yeah, basically the same stuff as the other ones that we just had, the infiltrators or so. Alright, we'll get to that one maybe later. For now, I guess we'll just do that one. Yeah, region can be good, but you know, it's not PvP especially, it's not too big of a deal. Start with standard HP is always good. Just, you know, start them off healthy. And keep healing. Very nice. All looks good on paper, right? We shall see. Alright. Perfect. And appearances, we got Jet Trooper, Legacy. So blue to black to reddish, brownish. Try out black, I guess, just for variation. Rocket, we've got Commander, Legacy. Interesting. Very little difference on these guys. Very subtle things, you know. Not too concerned about it. Whichever. Alright. Oh yeah, there was Enforcer, now we're into Infiltrator. So for these ones, got everything. Defeating an enemy, have revealed your scanning ability. That seems good because you find them more easily. Reveal nearby enemy location by defeating an opponent using melee strike. That's funny too. Separate, but yeah, we'll try. Then we've got retaliation, evade charge, and reduce ability recharge from damages dealt to you. Doesn't seem very good percentage, so we'll just do that one. For that weird commando droid, very strange looking. But he is what he is. Is what it is. Upgrade as much as the level allows for now. Yeah, you need level 12, level 10. Currently, that's okay. Man, time going by real fast tonight. How it goes. And yeah, equip and appearance for all these. Commando, Arc Trooper. What? Where do you play as this guy? First, I've seen the Safex Spy. That must be like one map I just haven't played on yet. Sith Troopers, very nice. ISB is hard. There's the Ewok. And the droid. Yeah, Sith Trooper probably my favorite. He is similar to the Death Trooper, but yeah, he's with the Sith, you know? Very nice. Alright, anyway, appearances for just this one. Yeah, anything better than that standard one. Nah, they're basically all the same. I mean, slight differences, they're just, you know, a little less basic. Basically the same thing. Diplomat. Commando droids occasionally served as bodyguards for separatist dignitaries operating outside of the core worlds. Interesting. And this one. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, actual Arc Trooper. Fancy stuff. Very nice. Cobalt Hero, Lambent. Seeker, default. Kind of like that, like the Deathstroke type ones. Interesting, white and green, but yeah, I think I would go with Umbra. Umbra 1 or 2. Very similar. I just have a side-by-side comparison, but whichever. Alright. Very nice. That'll work. Alright. Rest of these are vehicles. So I think we are officially done until I unlock some more. It's upgraded for now, just open these crates. I don't know what you spend the credits on, all these currency things I have. What do you actually buy with those? Must be other skins or something. Huh. Curious about that, to be sure. Not too sure about those. Thinking Fortnite hunt tonight, maybe we'll just stick to this. To Hand of Fate Red Dead next time. To go hunt in Fortnite. Off stream. So how frustrating Lancey was, especially hunt yesterday. Alas, some playability. It was rough on the internet. Yeah, so what do you spend all those currencies on? There's gotta be something. It's like, what? Oh yeah, hidden items. There's hidden items. Yeah, I'll play the Starfighter ones. Time challenges. That means it just resets over time. Yeah, there's gotta be something you actually spend these credits of currency on. Cannot figure it out. Maybe it's something like loot boxes they had before and they decide just to do away with that, just give it to you free or such now. See, I have all this currency. It's probably, I know, a lot of people didn't like the loot box system or something. And it has unfair advantage or something that's annoying about it. So I'm guessing these things are just a thing of the past, the currency system. I don't know for sure, but I'll revisit that later. No co-op, no multiplayer far as I can tell. Already did all the other training, all the combat scenarios. Let's keep up with a little co-op for now. That's the best thing to do. And we'll get to actually play with all those cars we spent the last hour equipping and upgrading. And some voice lines and emotes as well. F2 and F3 for those. Kind of awkward, but good enough. Get a Godos popping in chat. His little Hulk will be there in another 15 minutes. Great. Alright, excellent. Back and all. Here we go.
What the First Order wants with Jakku is anyone's guess, but
Yeah, I haven't got to play that. See, that one actually had the other one.
Defenses.
Alright, that's his one emo on the
These positions constitute our defenses. We have to hold them against
is this my assault? Yeah. Assault, yeah. You're the chosen one. That's funny. Alright, finally get to play on this map. I don't think I have. Yeah, First Order especially. It's weird, like there's a lot of maps I just haven't played yet. Alright, enough messing around with that. Oh my goodness. These are bots, right? Holy. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's try that again. They're aliens. Sky going. Interesting spots. Just love the same abilities for them, but holy. Try to get the feel for it again. The emotes are funny. I spend a lot of my time doing that, apparently. The alien languages. I love it. Spent a long time doing that, but
We're gonna have to fall back. Get ready to move.
alien sniper, gotta do what she can. Yeah, I spent so long in the menu there, and I have to actually get used to playing again. It's a bit different than menu selections. Yeah, I thought they'd be close to me there. Alright. Wait, is that actual class? Yeah, I guess so. What is this? Thasian Gunner. That's a, Enforcer. Alright, we'll try him out. There's all these characters I've never seen before. Funny. Very funny. He has no voice lines or emotes, so you just focus on playing. Alright, charge, defensive stance, anti-armor mode. Let's to try those. Sith troopers. Over here. Another flame trooper on me. Holy. Yeah, it's the ones I've seen before. Just didn't play as them. Holy crap, that didn't last long. They're all over the place. All over the place. Try some other things here. Damn. Dead on arrival. It's rough. It's alright. Do one first person here. Better blaster. It's a lot of tips and taps. There's my fellow players there. Damn. That's intense.
Been spotted. Better watch it. We lost this sector, and now we're gonna have to fall back. Get ready to move.
Yep, pretty hard to hold the line there. But we'll try. There are those characters you haven't been able to play as all this time. Be fun to actually play as them. Chat with you soon.
Our new defenses have been marked. Move into position, and let's beat back the First Order attack together.
That's kind of awkward, huh? See that? Interesting. Try our best. Oh, that was intense. Alien language. I want to try this guy first time. Safex spy with his weird little baton. BB-8. Look at this guy. Never seen him before. Truncheon attack. And he speaks English. He speaks the common tongue. Yeah, it's a weird little baton thing. Rapid fire. Very strange. And that scans can be used to call in remote bombardment. Oh, that didn't last long, as always. Actually got it from FN 2311. Yeah, they have the stormtrooper names.
Prepare to move.
There's a cooldown on that. It's like fast. Fast little sequence of it. Fast like combo attack, I guess. Alright, at least I'm in the zone. I died a zone. It's just the most annoying thing. Well, not really.
Here, around this position.
Okay.
The resistance lives on.
Oh, it doesn't give you any more time. That's all the time you have.
Scanning in place.
It says you can blow that up. Strange. Oh well, try. Kylo Ren out of nowhere. Oh dear. Here they come. There's such a weird lopsided map. Did you notice the angles? None of the floors are really straight. That's definitely different. Try to give them the range of the baton, but they're just all over the place. These bots are not easy. They actually play in great numbers like that. Hold the line. No voice lines to worry about. See if I can blow that up. That'd be nice. Yeah, it shoots underhand like that. That's interesting too. Good stuff. There it is. There they come. Oh dear. No. Yeah, I'm stuck in a bad corner there. As soon as they stop the commentary, something bad's gonna happen. This thing, it's alright. We'll focus. Try to make the most of it. Oh dear. Those are vehicles, right? Yeah, those flash grenades are powerful. Got a few of those. Can I emote with the shield? I didn't think so. It actually cancels your ability, cancels anything active. What's my character again? Oh, it's the guy. BB-98 enemy droid. There we go. Flame troopers. Oh, the Emperor. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. That is gonna hurt. But finally have enough for a hero. Better be Rey Skywalker. Actually, get her some points. My orange lightsaber. Golden lightsaber.
Perfect.
It's actually not orange yet, it's gold. Golden Destiny. Forgot her abilities, it's been so long. Damn it!
All units retreat.
Yeah, they did say it was the last point after all.
Once we've regrouped, we'll return.
Yeah, it was hard. I mean, certain defensive positions are going to be quite challenged to hold. That's the way it is. But hey, it was good enough for third place. And a victory with the two aliens. Nice. That's hilarious there. Oh well, moving on. The currency that you can't use, apparently. I'm guessing, yeah, they just outdated it. We'll look that up. Can you still use currency in Battlefront 2? Previously, credits could be used to purchase loot crates and hero characters. This functionality... Oh, it actually was hero character. Yeah, you couldn't unlock the heroes unless you bought them, basically. No wonder that wasn't popular. Disable with 2.0 patch, the non-indoor update, re-enable the use of credits, allowing players to use it to purchase cosmetics only. But, yeah, there's nothing I can actually buy anymore. They just gave it to you because the game's been out long enough, I guess. That's funny. Alright, now we're, the Empire. More classic Empire. Iden, yeah, back when Iden was young, so let's mold the classics with Vader. Darth Maul is there for the fun of it, I kind of feel like. But it's good. Alright, well balanced.
Target zone.
The rebels are preparing an assault. Our orders are to dig and hold at all costs.
Come.
If the rebels capture these command posts, they'll be able to continue the advance. We must not give in.
One of the heroes have voice lines too, all the center troops just have emotes.
Water guns ready.
I died of the freaking hot water. The freaking environment. That was nasty. Oh, well, early death trooper, I'll take it. I died to the freaking hot springs. Oh, man. That was a good hit, yeah. Indeed. No voice lines to worry about on the commandos, whatever the enforcer. Well, is push that far out. Oh shit. Jumping around.
Lord Vader is here. Redouble your efforts.
In the little tunnel here. There we go. Get him in the tunnel. That should help. Oh dear. Death Trooper, hold the line. Yeah, help me out, bots. It's these bots. One bot for another, right? Let's overclock it, yep. Go. Oh yeah. You group up like that, it's not too bad. Definitely. Oh dear. Staying alive. Deflection. I can shoot through teammates, doesn't seem like it most of the time. The Ewok, sorry. Yes. Spawn camp of the bots. Kind of strange. That's what it is. They just keep bunching up. I mean, what else are we supposed to do? That's the way it is. Oh dear. It only lasts forever, but if I get enough kills, I can. Man, there's no first person on him, but it's pretty good. There. Seek them out. Expose them up, but not too much. It's good times. Keeping them in a bottleneck like that. That's all we really need, right? Don't want to die to the zone, if anything, though. Zones are annoying. All over the place. Oh dear.
Reinforcements will soon be here. Hold a little longer, and we'll be victorious.
Straightforward victory. In this case, little Death Trooper. Straightforward operative, you know.
Rebel commander landing.
Sure is. There he is, Lando. Now they bring in the heavy. 30 seconds to last push. Last big push. Imagine if there were players that wouldn't be anything like this, I'm sure. It'd be much more quick and decisive, not just bots standing around. they basically are doing. 10 seconds. Raining death. Very nice. That's that.
We've held off the rebel attack and won the day.
Yeah, I don't think they know how to move there. So it was just too much of a bottleneck spawn, I'm guessing. I hadn't seen these two maps where the Kessel run. Is that Kessel? Kestrel. Wow, yeah, no wonder I got first place there. I was just shooting all of them constantly. I mean, yeah. That was funny. Death Trooper galore there. I know, just so easy. There's nothing to be really proud of. I mean, it was pretty straightforward. Nothing to brag about there, I'm afraid. Let me just take a picture of it for the fun of it. I mean, not because I'm proud, but because it's exciting. It's exciting times. There we go. Ironically, yeah, Vader 4th, the Hero 4th, and the standard troops won the day. The common man, you know, the common soldiers. Watch those other Turn of the King cartoons. Alright, Geonosis. We'll go to next. Yeah, I'll probably just play some Fortnite Hunt tonight. We'll get to more on the new year. Yeah, hopefully get to some before next Monday, but so did some things on stream. We got to celebrate our new emote tonight as well. We'll showcase it more. Enjoy the twins. They're at your disposal. You can use them anytime on Twitch, of course. Subscribe without being live as well. Alright. Start off simple here. Bullets and things.
Republic attack on Geonosis imminent. This planet must be protected. Activate defense protocols and hold all objectives.
Protect the objective.
Droid.
My flawless plan does not allow for a single position to fall.
Pretty funny, interesting, different things. I'll turn 2 tabs so you'll keep butchering the left. Sorry, I know. My mic was muted. Anyway, I'll talk to you soon. 99% captured him.
You just lost a sector. When this battle is over, I will have you all recycled. Await new commands.
There we go.
You are a bold one. Your screams are like music to my audio receptors. Crush them. Make them suffer. Surrender. And I promise you will die quickly. Your screams are like music to my audio receptors. You think you're going?
Haven't played Bossic in a while. Let's try.
Who is my prey? I am Boss. No time to linger. What a pity. No fight is fair. I claim my
Yep.
Keep the defenses up. The Republic attack will soon be over.
The droids we're looking for.
Okay.
Activating turret.
Republic attack is fast reaching its end. Hold and victory will be ours.
Doesn't really have a pistol, yeah. I mean, he does, just the way he holds it is so weird. I mean, you know what I mean, just the positioning. Implosions. There we go. Good enough. Funny times.
My defense scheme proved faultless.
AI. Motherboard. Interesting stuff. Yeah, good enough. Back to the temple. Yeah, nice to like rotate maps a bit. It's nice to do the same maps.
You must fight harder or this battle will be lost.
Picked quite a time to join there. Oh yeah. Good enough.
You have shown that none can hope
Backfill, clearly.
A fine performance.
Oh, the teams. Yeah, nice to shows the win and lose, but yeah, obviously I joined a bit late that one. Still get credit, whatever. I mean, more cards. Eventually, you know, max out all the cards and things. There won't be much more to unlock since the 90 credits and the 131,350 the credits I have be used for too much, but that's alright. So bad yesterday. We'll play better hunt next time. We try to do bounty clash after the bounty hunt didn't go so well. Way back to it and just, you know, Fortnite grind. Got to diamond at least for the main season. There'll be time for all that soon enough. Yeah, let's see. Shall see. Where is this one? Indoor again? That looks different though. It's all the fog and stuff. I don't know if I've seen this one. Possibly not. It's pretty cool though.
New data indicates the rebels will attack these positions. You must defend them.
That's the anti-vehicle. Yeah. Anti-vehicle one. Oh dear, slipping off. How are they getting through the shield here? Find ways. Oh dear. That's, yeah, a really tanky guy. From what he was doing to me. Alright. We get a hero next.
The bounty hunter, Boba Fett, has joined us. The rebels won't hold their attack yet. We must now hold these command posts.
Guard the target area. Laying down covering fire.
This area to the last. No more retreats. Get ready.
Rapid fire, ready to go.
Down to the last.
This will bring a quick end to things.
Achievement.
Do what must be done. Do not hesitate. Show no mercy. Now, at the end, you understand. Now you will experience the full power of the dark side.
We gotta take it.
Confuse and conquer. This for sin. You cannot imagine my power.
Emperor funny. That is scary, huh?
Good. Let the hate only despair.
Shalanta, that's who that is. Finally got some cards.
What have you done?
No match for me. All powerful. At last I shall have.
3 minutes. I'm sorry, Chobi. Yeah, the trick is to use them, you know, at the right time when it's most appropriate, most dramatic, and most effective. It's not that easy. He's just stuck up there the whole time. It's funny. Means you don't have to deal with him, but it's kind of silly. Imagine just the players be such cannon fodder for the lightsaber wielders in multiplayer. But bots are fun too. Can I get up there? How do you get up there? It's not worth it, you know? Got a zone.
The Sith are all powerful. The Sith are all powerful. At last I shall.
So the premise, yeah, they actually react to him. I love that. All the unique voice lines, interactions like that. Those are always awesome. Oh, but... Come on, Leia. I know you're the most powerful character in the game, but that's right. Yeah. It's pretty much impossible to stay alive forever like that. The upstairs and downstairs. I don't know how to actually go back and forth, but yeah. Good enough. That'll work. Good games all around. We'll pick it up very soon. What's of a threat than the local wildlife? That's funny. Yep, still good fun, enjoying it, you know, make progress here and there. I mean, we finished all the single player stuff, so good for now. Alright, well, Happy New Year. I will see you next year, most likely. Could come back tonight, but you know, with all the latency issues and things, probably better just play a little Fortnite, little hunt off stream, get to Hand of Fate and Red Dead. Next time, got to go spend a bit of time as well. And we'll be back to it soon. So anyway, thank you those who came to chat tonight. Enjoy our new Twin Dragon as well. Shall return. Hope you enjoyed Dune especially. I'll catch you later. And we'll be back to it soon. So anyway, thank you those who came to chat tonight. Farewell to 2024. Enjoy our new Twin Dragon as well. Shall return. Hope you enjoyed Dune especially. I'll catch you later. And we'll be back to it soon.